Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Bros Who Think Podcast. This is episode 189. I'm your host, Mr. Lindenberg, a.k.a. Young Boy D-Wits, a.k.a. the People's Champ, a.k.a. Beard Gang. And I need to go get it cut. Is in the building with my guy. It's just the two of us this week. See, last time it was Brooklyn. You had some family stuff. This time it's me and you. Brooklyn got some family stuff. With my guy, Mr. Doom.
Oh shit, he got the soundboard today.
We good today, man. How you doing? Doom, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro.
I see you got a fresh cut. I see you. You ain't like how I look on the new background.
Yes, sir, man. I had to apologize to all the viewers, bro. I was out here looking crazy. I normally don't ever do that, so I had to go get the little chop. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you. That's how I feel
I'm
right
looking
now.
good, feeling good, ready for this week, man.
Feel that. Not a lot went down this week, but we do have a special guest coming on the show. We got rapper DVNE HPPY. We're going to talk to him about his new project, Concrete, his collabs with Jalen Quinn and all of that, and a little later on in the show. And then we got to talk some sports, getting closer to the draft. But Doom, bro, did you see what was trending this week about the most successful rapper turned actor? I don't know why that was trending. I don't understand what Twitter was doing this week. I feel like they didn't have nothing to do. It's got to be Will Smith, huh? Or is that just like,
man,
oblivious?
Because I feel like that's one of the obvious answers, but I think his rap shit was post acting.
No, Doom, it was before.
Cause like he didn't, but did he have anything fire before he was
Summertime? Hold on. I'm about to.
Cause he ain't fucking with Queen Latifah, man. Queen Latifah. And then it stopped. Like she was a real rapper, and then she went on to be a real actor.
Will Smith won a Grammy before his acting shit.
Man, that nigga is shitty with the music.
Okay, so like, look, he had Best Rap, Parents Just Don't Understand, Summertime, all of that before Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about? Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble. Like,
I give him that only because his acting. He's so legendary in the acting world.
That's what I'm saying. His acting outshadows all the other people acting.
But if I had to put it, I'm going Queen Latifah. Just
wait, you going Queen Latifah second?
Yeah, it gotta be.
No, I'm not. I'm not on that. I got Queen Latifah third.
Behind who?
Ice Cube. Behind Cube.
Cube
rap. Cube. Now you was talking about rap. Cube rap was
not rap. We can't even we can't play.
And then we got rap. Friday, the Friday series.
Outside of the Friday series, come on, man.
Are we there yet?
Man,
made a lot of money.
It
made a lot of money. I'm just saying. And then what's the other thing he got? Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
And Cube been in some other big movies. Hold on, I'm about to tell you.
I still like Queen Latifah over Cube, though.
See, I had her third. I had over Ice-T. Mine was I went Will, Cube, Queen Latifah, and then Ice-T. I was like, there was no way I was putting her over Ice-T. Cube was in the 21 Jump Street movies, Ride Along, All About the Benjamins. Don't do that to Cube, man. He's Triple X.
I think he just had them little family movies that was like, all right, I'm off for Cube.
I feel you.
As far as in the
Barbershop, fire. Yeah. Fire. Yeah, he got to be number 2.
All right, I take Cube. I forgot he had all of that because Barbershop is classics.
Classic. But I'm with you. I will put Queen Latifah third because Ice-T Law and Order has not beaten her.
Yeah.
But I do have Ice-T over Tupac and DMX. I do have him over them because I go Ice-T, then Pac, then X.
Yeah.
And speaking of DMX, RIP DMX, I know last time we talked about it was like in the processes of happening. I'm pretty sure it happened when we knew when the false report came out, but they just wanted the family to announce it. If I had to guess.
From what I read into it a little bit, like pretty much he was in one of them situations where like he was still alive in the coma and stuff, but they did like one of those, scans where you can see niggas' brain activity.
Oh, he was a vegetable.
Yeah, it was like nothing up there. So the family had to make that decision. Like, I mean, I guess you can pray for a miracle and wait it out, but he pretty much gone already. So
yeah, feel you on that. Well, yeah, let's send prayers to the family.
For sure.
Take a little moment of silence real quick. Prayers to DMX's family and everybody, all his supporters. I'm not gonna even stunt. I'm not like the biggest X fan, so I'm not gonna come in here and be like, his music like changed me or nothing, but I do acknowledge like one of the greatest.
Yeah, same. Like I never like, I wasn't a huge stan or nothing like that, but DMX one of those people where you know his music and you know that everybody else know his music.
Facts.
Like you play Up in Here and you know universal, no matter what crowd is in that room, they gonna know that song. It's gonna get the situation moving. You know what I mean? Like he a legendary dude.
I say same thing with X Gonna Give It to You too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that should come on, you know what that is, and then maybe even what these bitches want too. Like that's a good one too. X had classics, man,
That's a
legendary.
fact.
So shout out to all his fans out there. I know y'all going through it, but from what I've heard from people who are like real X fans, they are like he better off now because like he was in pain here. So if that's the case,
Yeah.
then but I know his family not doing well. I saw one of his friends like post something. The Shade Room posted he was not doing well.
Yeah, I could imagine, bro. Like I could tell just from his personality, like especially like after he passed, people were sharing a bunch of videos of him and just like the type of dude he was just as a person, like not the fact that he was X, but he was like one of those people where whenever you needed something, you knew he was the nigga to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And like whenever that person, because I feel like every group of friends or every circle of family, whatever situation, like you always got that one person that's like, all right, that person is the glue. You know what I'm saying? That keep
Yeah.
all of us straight. And I feel like when you lose somebody like that, it could be tough. And not to mention his ex. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel that's a good comparison because like that got me thinking like when my grandma go, I don't know where we going. Like I don't know where the fuck
yeah,
we gonna go, nigga.
yeah.
That shit gonna be crazy. But yeah, what would you say your favorite X movie is? I would say it's probably because like I know more of his movies than anything. I like
Belly.
Belly. See, I like
Belly.
Cradle to Grave. Him and Jet Li. That shit was cool.
Yeah. I seen Jet Li tweeted about him too,
Yeah,
man.
because Jet Li
Shit
and him
was
was
crazy.
cool.
I didn't even know Jet Li had tweeted some shit about like how he was, happy that he got the chance to work with X. My
Mm-hmm.
guy wasn't verified on Twitter before he tweeted that.
They didn't have Jet Li
Like
verified.
everybody was pissed that they didn't have Jet Li verified on Twitter. Like he tweeted about X, and obviously that tweet went viral. So everybody under the replies was like, "Yo, Twitter, what's up with Jet Li not being verified?" And they verified my dog, man.
Wait, DMX was in Romeo Must Die? See, I didn't know that. That's a
Yeah,
classic too.
that
That's
is.
hard. That's super, super
See, but
hard.
Belly is just, I don't know. It's something about Belly. I think just like the nostalgia Belly give me.
That's
You know
fair.
what I'm
Belly is
saying?
hard. Just like that opening scene, the music dropping, the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that. That shit is hard. But shout out to X. Yeah, I got Pac fourth doing that actor list. Pac gotta be
Yeah.
fourth. Classics,
Yeah.
classics, bro. I know this is like a couple weeks old. We ain't never talk about this. Why Summer Walker named her kid after a cartoon? And I felt like all the old podcasts, all like Joe Budden, Charlamagne, them could never talk about it because they didn't know what the fuck it was, and they were just like, "Oh, Princess Bubblegum, that's cool." Nah, nigga, she named her child after a cartoon, bro. That shit is.
That's crazy. I didn't even know
You
that
didn't know
happened.
that,
Yeah, I didn't even know that happened.
bro.
That's
She
fucking wild.
and I saw like half the internet was laughing at her, half the internet was like, "Oh, I guess this is cool." But like, if you know, it's like, bro, she named her after that Adventure Time Cartoon Network cartoon, the main
Yeah.
character. If I'm
Yeah.
London, I'm like, I'm not letting you name my daughter after no fucking cartoon.
That's her real,
That's the
like,
real cartoon character name, dude, 100%, and that's her real child's name.
see, I mean, and I be getting where the celebrities be trying to take it, but you got to realize that your daughter is actually gonna have to grow up
Live with
with
that,
that name.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like
Like,
Apple, like whatever stupid celebrity named their child Apple. That was a dumb one too.
yeah,
And whatever,
I don't know.
and Elon Musk ass with the XII.
See,
That
but
dude.
Elon just different. Elon just different. Like Elon can do that because his son, that nigga gonna grow up on Mars. It might be a whole different world. Everybody else gonna have that name too. It has a whole different scenario.
I can see that being like the Mars language, and you don't understand it until that nigga
Yeah, for
old.
real.
Elon, if Elon come to you say, "Yo, you going to Mars? You live with the first colony. You going?"
Fuck no. Just because I watched that nigga say like the first people that settle on Mars, they expected him to die.
Oh shit.
Like he was basically like, yeah, nigga, you don't just move to another planet and have it all figured out. Like there's gonna be people that die. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me rephrase. Okay, so let's say they send out like 3 trials of people. And then Elon finally got it right. He on his deathbed, everything going on good. We older. You going?
If they had it figured out, hell yeah.
Mm,
I would, just for the fact that I would want to be a part of that, like, because that would be some historic shit. You know what
that's
I
a
mean?
fact.
Like as far as just like looking at the progression of human beings, period. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like eventually, even if it's not Elon and his little Mars plan, like we got to
Somebody
do
gonna get it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do something because I feel like the Earth ain't got forever left.
I low key
You know what
want
I
to be one
mean?
of them niggas that's like, because I watch too much anime. One of the niggas that stay on Earth, and as the Earth explodes, I'm like,
Yeah,
explode with the fucking Earth.
I would have to see what's up though, because I feel like, and I don't want to say my real take on this podcast, but I would be curious on what Earth would look like if we got rid of certain people. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
I don't know what you mean. Certain
well, I
people,
can't.
you
Yeah, I
sounded
can't.
like Thanos over there,
I
bro.
can't. I can't. Yeah, I can't go into crazy detail. I know some of the people go catch what I'm saying, but what if? Let's just say, what if Earth became Wakanda?
Mm. Okay.
What would stuff look like if
Could
we didn't
be.
have to worry about, you know, all the other problems in the world? Because I feel like most problems in the world stem from money and racism.
That's
And
a
if we
fact.
eliminate them two and figure out a balance, shit could be crazy, bro. You never know.
I don't know if it would. This is fucked up, but like I'm with you if you take the racism out, but like the money, I don't know if the world would be fire. You know, we'd be very nature, very holistic. I don't know if we'd be making podcasts, do if the world
Yeah,
was
yeah. Well, yeah,
without
it would
money.
definitely change other shit.
Like Twitter wouldn't be popping, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
lit. Niggas would.
Oh, you crazy. If the world was just a bunch of niggas, Twitter would be crazy. Twitter would be the most popping spot. Oh man. It would be crazy.
Oh shit, that got me geeking. But yeah, I don't think I go to Mars. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even want to go live on the fucking space colony when they build all the fucking like machines and niggas living on the fucking machine.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I ain't for none of that. I'm gonna just go out on the Earth
I
unless
would
it's
I,
like
I
a
would want
hundred
to check
percent.
it out. I would want to check it out. Like I wish they would let you just be like, all right, I want to go on a little, a little 6 month vacation. Let me go see
See,
what it's
I'd
about.
go
See what's
if I
going
could
on.
fly my own plane. Like I want it to be that advanced to where like I could, fly my own plane out there, park, land on some jets and shit. But if it's not on some
Yeah.
jets and shit, and it's on some like, oh, we're all riding in this craft to be the voyagers for Earth. Like, nah, nigga,
Yeah.
that's how niggas die.
Well, that's what he make it seem like. Like it's gonna be a fucking, like you catch the city bus to Mars. Like that's
Yeah,
gonna be a scheduled back and forth situation where like, all right, nigga, we got a bus going to Mars tomorrow. You gotta
who
hop on it
coming?
all. It ain't coming for another month or so. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that, bro. But I still think Elon Musk is about to be like the super villain of the world. Like I'm just ready for him
I
to
don't
to
I don't
take
think
over.
so, bro. I would be really, really shocked if Elon turned into that kind of nigga. Because I think we got those kind of niggas like Bill Gates and fucking Amazon dude.
Oh,
Like
Bezos.
those are villains. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel
I
like
don't even
Elon is just
understand.
ready to harvest all the space stuff, and then just get ready to fuck us.
See, but I think Elon, because a lot of these, like especially like Bezos and Bill Gates, like I feel like business is what drive them.
Oh, that's a
Like
fact.
Elon, I listen to him a lot, and especially on his Rogan interviews. And for him, Elon just like, nigga, I just want to like change humanity type shit. And it just so happened that the shit that he doing is making him a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But it's like a difference in motives with them. Like Bezos, I don't know what the fuck wrong with him.
Bezos
Like
just
nigga, you
stacking his paper, bro. That's
bro,
all.
like you
That's all
you
he
get to the
doing.
point where you like they said he was making like over 1 million a second. Like think about that, bro.
That's
And he over
crazy.
there fucking his workers over pennies. Like you pissing everybody off over pennies on the dollar, my nigga.
Oh, that
Like,
Amazon
come
shit
on,
was
dude.
crazy. Yeah, he should
Yeah,
have definitely gave him some better quality environment. Like he legit, if you work for Amazon, he could legit pay for like all y'all kids to go to college
yeah,
and not feel nothing.
yeah. And that's what's wild. That's why a lot of people get in this stance where it's like you gotta eat the rich and all this other shit. Which is, I don't think that's
Yeah, I'm not with that,
the
dude. Because like low
you know what
key,
I mean?
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And not even just that, but I feel like the way, and I don't want to like start that kind of conversation, but like just the whole premise of capitalism, it it gives people motivation to innovate. Like I think if you take away, like if let's say like even the shit that we doing, if you take away the thought of that we could ever become successful with it, why the fuck would we put in all the hours
it
doing the
gets
work?
stagnant. Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
look, a perfect example, because I've been watching some Anthony Bourdain shit, like him going around eating and looking at other countries and shit. Look at Cuba, bro. They look the exact same as the 1920s. They don't have much innovation. They do have the
Yeah,
top, like education. Their sports are pretty good, and they have something else that's top, but like they're still driving 1940s cars, and like the
yeah,
fucking buildings are collapsing, and like there's no
yeah,
like like it's like you said, there's no room for innovation because there's no money pumping in there. But like some people would be like, I know there's the socialist people, and I'm not trying to have that conversation because I'm not
yeah. That's
knowledgeable
why I
on the
try
front.
to.
But like
Yeah,
I'm just trying to stack these coins.
yeah. And I really do believe, like me personally, I know there gonna be some people that hate this that's gonna be like, yo, get this nigga Doom out of here. But I really do believe that you should be rewarded based on what you put out into the world. You know
I'm
what I
with
mean?
you.
Like
I'm with you.
if you one of them niggas that you feel like it should just be given to you, then you probably deserve the bare minimum. Like I do believe that we supposed to, nobody should be homeless. Nobody should
Yeah, I'm
you
with you
should
on that as
have
well. You
like
should have health
the
care, that type of shit.
basic necessities. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The basic life needs.
But
But
if we invent some crazy shit, why can't I get some
exactly.
coins for that?
Exactly.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, we're on the same page. They might call us Republican Lenin Doom, but like, hey, if that
Well,
like if
yeah,
that's
let's
where the
not
chips fall, but I'm just
yeah.
saying, like
I ain't gonna go into, too crazy on it, but I don't know where I fall on the political shit. So if they
I
call me that, then I'll take it.
I always tell people this. I'm socially liberal because like I think people should all the right shit, the healthcare shit, give it to them. But when it comes to like capitalism and shit, I'm Republican. Like I'm trying to get my coins. Like I
Yeah.
want to get tax cuts because my business, I can travel places and take that as like a cut to because like the gas there is part of my business. I want to take that as a cut off my tax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
For
I
sure.
want to do all that Republican shit to get as much money coming back to us as possible.
For sure.
So that's just how I rock with it. But crazy how we ended up there. But good look. This is some doom and Lynn shit. You saw Paul Pierce got fired. I knew that
I
was
did.
coming.
I did. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I think we talked about it a little bit last week.
No, see, when we
But
talked about it, he wasn't fired yet.
oh, okay.
We talked about the
But
situation and we was like, he gonna get fired. And literally
yeah.
the day we dropped the pod, he got fired.
If you had to put your finger on it, what you think it was? Was it the strippers? Was it the weed? Was it the combination of both?
It had to. Okay, I think the gang banging really like. I think that was number one. If I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
him saying Suwu and throwing up the bees with his red flag on live. I think that
Yeah.
was number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the strippers, and honestly, the weed was number three because he in LA. Like I feel like it's
Yeah.
like the Shannon Sharp shit.
Yeah. So if he did that exact same story, but in a strip club and not at his house, you think we had the same output? Because I
Okay,
think
but
it
see,
just looked
it's a
crazy because he was
live.
at home.
That does look quite crazy. But see, he was on live. I think the problem is that he went live. If he'd have posted pictures on like an actual story, he doesn't get fired.
Yeah.
Because he's talking. They got people adding Rachel Nichols, adding ESPN,
Yeah.
like he's on a live. Like I think that plays a huge effect in it too.
Because personally, bro, I think he would have been fine until they started like throwing poker chips at the women and stuff like that. Like I think that's
See,
what
I didn't
got
even
him.
see that.
Like nigga, like he was because it wasn't him, but it was somebody in the room. And like
Mm.
he over here, talking this little big shit, and he got the phone up to his face, and you could see the stripper like behind the couch just popping ass. And somebody like off the live camera is like throwing poker chips at the stripper.
And
Like,
wait, and he tried to buy an escort on live, calling Monica. That's another thing.
yeah, bro.
He was trying to buy an escort.
See, yeah, I think he should have just posted pictures, bro. Going live fucked him up. It was just too ratchet. You know what I'm saying? I
It
think
was
that's why
it
they
was
got him
way
out of
too
there.
much for ESPN. But Cam Soda offered him a position to talk sports on Cam Soda, and he could have like porn stars and strippers like fingering themselves in the middle of his like shit. They
That
legit
would
offered him.
actually go.
They offered
That
him
would
like
actually.
$2 million to do it, I think.
You know what's wild, bro? I've never paid for any of that type of shit, like Cam Soda, OnlyFans, like none of those type of shits. But if Paul Pierce had an NBA show
You
where
paying
he
for
was
it?
talking NBA shit with butt naked bitches going crazy, I would probably hop on there and be like, you know what? I'm gonna toss him the $10. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Paul Pierce talk about, man.
I
That would
think
actually go.
I'd pay for the first episode at least.
That would actually go, bro. I think that shit would work.
That shit would not work, dude.
That would work, bro.
It just be bitches next to him. He
That
talk
would
about
work.
sport.
That would work. That would be hilarious, bro. Could you picture him trying to have a serious sports show
It
with
would
like
it would work for
stripper
the
bitches?
first episode, just for us to see what the fuck that shit looked like. But like
Yeah,
episode 2, if that shit not fire, we not watching that shit.
yeah. I don't know. I think it would be a fire little, like obviously not like a serious sports show. This wouldn't be nothing to like rival Skip and Shannon or nothing,
No,
but
no, 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 no.
you
This
know
is
what
just
I'm
like
saying. But it would
this to get
definitely
our
be,
giggles off.
yeah, it would definitely be one of them little troll situations.
I definitely, like I said, I'd pay to watch. I'd have to watch. Now, something that was trending. I want to get your take on it. I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. I'm gonna put the picture up right now. A man bought 5 rings and then proposed to his girl with all 5 rings in front. You doing that?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
A nigga bought.
Nigga, if you didn't know your chick enough to know what she would like, or at least feel like you could get it right in one ring, y'all probably shouldn't be married.
Ooh, hot take.
You
I didn't think he
probably
was gonna
shouldn't
go
be
there with
married,
it.
bro.
Ooh, I thought it was gonna be more of look at this nigga trying to flex on the internet with 5 different
That too,
rings.
but I feel like that was the obvious. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because I feel like with social media, bro, we get into this weird spot where, and I don't want to say just women because men do it too. Like it
Oh, men
goes
definitely
both
do it.
both ways, but especially with the way certain men treat women, it like raised the bar to this point where it's
But
like
it's
almost
fake.
impossible. Well,
It's
exactly.
so it's like that Derek Jackson shit where some men are like scamming, and this is not supposed to be disrespectful to any women, but I'm gonna just call it like it is. Scamming dumbass women who are like, oh yeah, this man's doing 120% when he's probably returning half them rings after this shit. And it's
Yeah.
and like it's all for show just to get like clout. But then we find out, oh, this nigga cheating on his wife with six bitches and he's not
Right.
living up to what he's
And
saying.
and that's the thing though. We not gonna know, but 6 months from now, their relationship probably gonna be fucked.
Dead.
She cheating on him, he cheating on her. They argue every day. He putting hands on her. You know what I'm saying? And nobody see that. We just see the viral. Oh, this nigga proposed with 5 rings, and now your girl side eyeing you like, damn, she got 5. I can't even get one, nigga. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I know
that's
exactly.
that's what happened when that type of shit go down.
And we gotta stop comparing ourselves to people on social media, like in relationships. I'm talking strictly relationships. Like all this relationship goal shit, it's just fake. It's a facade. Like
Yeah,
live your life and you judge it based upon how you do it, how
yeah,
you treat your significant other, and how that person treats you. It shouldn't be about how this nigga out here got 5 rings. Like your ring coming, you just gotta wait your turn. Wait your
yeah,
time.
for sure, for sure. And what's crazy is like half the time, bro, like you see all this shit that happen, and the women don't even want that. They
That's a
just
fact.
see that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you gotta live your own, like live at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? Like if you happy, Why all of a sudden now you see homeboy propose with 5 rings? Now it's smoke. Like now you feel
Or it's
like
vacations to
something.
Tulum, and you trying to go to
Yeah,
Tulum, and you didn't know what Tulum was before
facts.
you saw that
Exactly.
post.
Exactly. Shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
Social
crazy
media
out
done
here.
fucked the whole game up.
It
But
really
especially
has.
niggas like that. Like,
Like
cause he knew what he was doing. And another
exactly.
thing, I ain't even going, I ain't trying to hate on dude at all. But I feel like dude was straight like on some super simp shit. Like he just looked like the kind of nigga that wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna just
Super
say this.
simp.
He just looked like he didn't have too much success with women prior to that. So that
And
was
that's
like
another thing.
his
In this
simp.
social media area, a lot of niggas be finding out of simps and just tricking off on to get these girls to like them, which is crazy to me. The fact that you gotta buy certain things to get these bitches to talk to you, it's like, you want to do that
Yeah.
for that? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of that going on with social media right now. Just because people can slide in DMs, they see how much money you got. Oh, well, fly me out, and but then that's how you get problems where these niggas fly them out, and then they expecting one thing, and these women expecting one thing, and that's how you get these
Yeah.
issues. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, because niggas got the wrong expectations for flying these women out. These women might not want to put out, but they think they putting out $3,000 to fly you out. Bitch, you better put out.
Well,
See,
Steve, but that's the thing though, which is why I never understood why niggas fly women out that they don't have, you know, that
exactly.
you ain't already built that up. Cause nigga, if we in Tulum and I don't get no cheeks, like that's a very disappointing trip. And I mean that in
Exactly.
the least
No, I
disrespectful
know
way
exactly what you're talking about. Like
Cause
that would be
I'm
something.
not saying that just cause you fly a chick out, they owe you cheeks. But I'm saying, like, come on, bro. This don't set the mood. It ain't shit that can.
That
You know what I'm
will.
saying?
We
Like,
going
come
home
on,
and
bro.
I'm not talking to you no more. It's over with.
Like, come on, bro.
And look, I might even go get a separate room after I find out I'm not getting none. You can
Nah,
enjoy your little trip, and I
for
might try to
real,
find something else pop off.
for real. You can't even be mad. You
You
can't even be
can't.
mad. I'm
You
gonna start
can't.
shooting at the chick at the bar.
Might as well because me
Oh
and you are
yeah,
just friends. Like,
facts,
and I'm
facts.
cool with our friend relationship, but like we in Tulum. Like if
You
it's never
gotta
gonna
get
go down,
cheeks
it's
in
not going
Tulum,
down.
bro.
It's never gonna go down.
Could you picture spending 4-5 racks for blue balls? You just out there in Tulum hurting. You know what I'm saying? And you know they in the swimsuits every day, coming out
Killing you.
looking mad good and shit, and you just know, like that's crazy though. Like
But
I
that's why you
understand
shouldn't be tricking on women.
exactly, exactly. That's rule number one. That would eliminate all the bullshit. Cause
It
I
would.
definitely understand women. Like if
Oh yeah, go get your
some
vacation, sis.
yeah,
That's a
for
fact.
real. Like if some nigga just was like, yo, I got this ticket for you to come out to Tulum. Like, fuck it. Who wouldn't want to see Tulum? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And you definitely like women don't owe niggas shit.
They
But that's
don't.
why I say if niggas feel like that's what the goal is when they get out there, you gotta make sure you build some kind of
Rapport.
rapport. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta do something
It's
before
got to
you
at
just
least be one of
fly a
your
random
sneaky
girl out.
links or one of your
Yeah,
friends with
man.
benefits. You can't take just the rando off of IG to Tulum, but
They be
niggas doing
doing
that.
that though.
Yeah, that's
They
a
be
fact.
doing that. Like
That's a
niggas will
fact.
really just DM a chick and try to fly them out somewhere, which is crazy.
That's not. That's super
Like, and I,
nuts.
I
Could
understand.
be a
Like, I
serial killer.
understand.
Like
Yeah,
men don't ever
bro.
think about that. Like I watch
Yeah.
too much. I watch too much Law and Order and Criminal Minds. Like I'm so scared she'll cut my balls off, take all my money, and then my mom finds me like 2 weeks later.
And then what's fucked up is if you was to go out like that, your mom would know you went out a nasty nigga, bro. A nasty nigga. That would be the most embarrassing way to go out, dog.
Imagine y'all had to do a pod, Doom, you in Brooklyn, and it's just remembering Lynn. nigga died in Tulum. A bitch cut his nuts off.
Nigga got fucked up by IG model trying to get some cutty in Tulum, being nasty. Took all his bread and murked him.
Y'all have
Left him funky.
100% permission to just make fun of me for like 30 minutes.
That's crazy, bro. That would be the worst possible way to go out. And niggas don't think women do crazy shit.
That's
Like,
what
come
I'm
on,
saying.
man.
That'd be a fire movie.
It
Now watch
would.
if that happened in 2 years. We want our cred because that would be a fire
Yeah,
movie.
real shit.
That'd be a great horror movie.
The
Niggas would go watch that
Tulum
and be
trip.
like, "Oh fuck." But oh man, that's crazy. Let's see. And the final thing I had was how you felt about Kyrie. what he posted about the N-word. He got mad that Dennis Schroeder called him the N-word, was like, what you doing, nigga? But the thing is, Kyrie started the whole situation, was like, fuck you, yeah, in Dennis' face. And Dennis just like, bro, what the fuck you doing, nigga? And like, he doesn't even touch him. And then Kyrie goes off and then posts a tweet after. Hold on, I'll tell you what Kyrie tweeted. Let me tell you what he said. Because I'm talking about this now, because I'm definitely not trying to talk about this on the radio. Fuck no. I'm talking about this now. So he said the N-word is a derogatory racial slur. It will never be a term of endearment. Reclaim, flip, never forget its found true history. Throw that N-word out the window right alongside all those other racist words used to describe my people. We're not slaves or ends. And he posted that after the game after he got kicked out.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of like torn between two shit because I want to get on Kyrie so bad, but I do realize that the shit this nigga be speaking, like he really is about that shit.
He
Like,
is.
that nigga is really like on his activist Kyrie shit.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it would just depend on how it go. Like, I wish there was like some like premium NBA service where you could just pay like $1,000 for the season and get all the on-court audio.
I mean, we read his lip. We read Dennis' lips. All Dennis said was, "What you talking about, nigga?" That's legitimately what Dennis said. And Kyrie went off. Kyrie was like, "I'm not your N-word. Don't call me that. What you doing, mother refs? Why y'all not kicking him out for saying that?" But if okay, so how you gonna get on the refs for kicking out a black man who says it when I guarantee you 100% of the time that's said every game. Every game,
for sure,
multiple times a game. So how can Kyrie ask to kick out Dennis, but like it happened a play later and 2 plays before with Kevin?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
that's why I think Kyrie was tripping.
I think he definitely tripping because even if you take the stance that Kyrie take,
and there's nothing wrong with taking that stance. Like if that's your stance, then cool. And like 100%.
And honestly, I agree with the stance. Like I feel like every black person should feel like that. But in the same breath, I say nigga a lot. You know what I mean? So and I'll be trying to work on it, but it just is what it is. You know what I mean? But I feel like he should know that not every black person feel the same way about that word as he
exactly. No,
99% of black people don't feel the same about that.
We're not a monolith. Like we're not all one like type of just because I think this because I'm black does not mean that you think that because you black or Brooklyn thinks that because he's black. And then I guarantee we all three may feel a different way. And then if you go talk to a person from the 60s, they feel a whole different way. And then a person from the 80s who started to use that word like that. So you know what I mean? Like there's all like multiple generations feel multiple different things. And then inside each of those generations, people feel differently. So it's just like, what you gonna do?
Yeah, and I think another thing is I would have to hear like the context on the court. Like if he said nigga and then Kyrie was like, "Hey, bro, don't do that," and then you came back with something crazy, then I can understand the escalation.
I don't know if it happened before, but if it the way it looked like what you was just about to say, how it just happened where Kyrie's cursing him out and then Dennis say, "What you talking about, nigga?" That's what happened. I don't know if Dennis said something before then.
Yeah, if you do that, then Kyrie in the wrong.
That's what it looked like.
They both got kicked, and I don't know why
they kicked Schroeder because Kyrie was arguing that he called him the N-word.
Yeah,
and like. The refs were put in a really tough for the refs. That's what I'm saying. You put the refs in a very uncomfortable position.
Because it's like, bro, you know they hear the word nigga 300 times
a game. They just got to make sure it's not a white person. They just got to make sure it's just someone black the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all they worried about,
That's
bro.
Tough ass job, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I'll be one of the main niggas on in the NBA Twitter shit going hard about the refs. I hate the NBA refs.
I do too.
But that's a hard job, bro.
It really is because you got to please so many people.
That shit? Could you imagine that shit if you like? Because I never even thought about like from that angle, but just the player chatter. If you had the referee who's saying nigga, like that's crazy.
That's nuts, bro.
That's crazy.
That's why I said I would just give people text and I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, nah, fuck y'all, tech. Get out of here.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that, bro.
Because they have no other way to control it. Like, and I'm with you. I'm one of the main people complaining right there with you, but like. They got a hard job. Like they have a really hard job, might be worse than NFL because at least with the NFL it's kind of like, okay, this is pass interference, this is holding. Like you got clear cut rules to determine. But with the NBA, it's all based on personal opinion.
Yeah.
What a file is, what a travel is, what a this is, what a that. Like, it's all based upon how you see it at whatever angle you see it and your personal opinion of it.
And it's fucked up because like you got to try to keep consistency, and your partner might think, oh, this is enough contact to be a foul.
And you might not agree.
You might not agree with that. You
and
know
then the league may be pressing you to call for stars more than other people. So it's like, yeah, that's our job. Can't believe we gave refs love at the end of the pod.
Yeah, that's why I never thought I'd do that, period.
Show some refs some love. But dude, tell the people they can follow you on social media, bro.
At Lil Doom SJE, Instagram and Twitter, man. Y'all fuck with me.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Doom. Brooklyn will be back with us next week. We have a special guest this week. Like I said, we got Divine Hippie coming on the show to talk about his new project, Concrete. The song of the week is Not the Same, featuring Jalen Quinn. We're going to get into our ad, then get into that song of the week, and then get into the interview with Divine, and then Bros Who Ball to finish up the pod. So let's get into that right now. This episode of the Bros Who Think podcast was brought to you by the law offices of Lucretia Picante. If you need a lawyer, if you have not been paying your child support, if you got baby mama drama, whatever it may be, she can help you. You've been injured in a car accident? Call Lucretia. You got your baby mama not showing you your kids on the weekend? Call Lucretia. Whatever it may be, you need a divorce from your wife? Call Lucretia. Look, you can find the law office of Lucretia Picante at 124 West Washington Street, New Iberia, Louisiana, 70560, or you can call the number 337-374-1202. Again, any of your marital dispute issues, child support needs, baby mama drama, call Lucretia. But with that being said, let's get back to the song of the week. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Average. Addict. I'm a fiend for the beats and the passion. Vision shattered. Ain't no reason to continue with the madness. This generation so engulfed in the sadness. Can't make a post without offending all the masses. Fucking bastard, what they call you as you pass it. But they passive when you catch them out in traffic. And this is just a ghetto symphony. Hopefully they play this melody when they bury me. I'm at one with the dark. I still see the light. The living form of yin and yang captured in your sight, nigga. And now I'm locked up in your psyche. Psychedelic nigga with a thriller like Mike. Know the Reaper made it, so I put it in a coffin. You're lacking hella energy, you need a dose of caffeine. You know we in the league. We in a whole nother league. Cause we not the same, not the same, not the same, not the same, not the same. You know we in the league.
Whole nother league.
We in a whole nother league.
We in a whole nother league.
Yeah, cause we not the same, not the same, not the same, not the same, not the same.
I don't think that I'm the nigga to be playing with. A lot of niggas talking, but they never saying shit. Getting changed every minute, I play my position. You a boss, but you never out your paying for shit. Man, we the niggas everybody paying to see. Y'all ain't really working, y'all just play on the beat. If you really wanna eat, you can't be with the weak. Gotta stay up on your feet, fight for your peace. You know the game give me stress, but never depressed. I know I'm blessed, I can't rest until I finesse the whole game up out of check. I'm right at the neck, I'm getting rich off of respect, no more, no less. Man, we the niggas everybody paying to see. Show me how you living, you betraying a G. But the image start to change when you chasing the fame. I need gains, me and y'all ain't the same.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that was the song of the week, and we're now with the artist who had the song of the week. The song of the week was Not the Same by Divine Hippie featuring Jalen Quinn. Shout out to my guy Jalen Quinn. Been on the show a couple of times. That's the homie. I call him I call him family. Like all these artists that I get to know. I talk to some more than others, and Jalen is definitely one of the people that I talk to. Shit, I was on Jalen last project. That shit was ill. And
that shit was flames, by the way.
Appreciate you. But we are joined by hip-hop artist Divine Hippie. Divine, my brother, how are you doing? Let me give you a round of applause for being on the show. Let me give you a little yeah. Yes, thank you, Divine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
How
Appreciate
you doing?
you having me here, my brother.
Oh, you already know. Like I tell everybody, is I see majority of the artists. I just think it's all about the right timing. Like I think when I heard of you, you either had just dropped a project or dropped one like a couple of months ago, and I'm either waiting for like. In my process of choosing, I'm either waiting for a new project because it's always easy to bring somebody on for that, plus it's promo for them.
Most definitely.
Or when they're doing something or something they've accumulated enough. So like I knew my path was gonna cross with you. I was just waiting for the right moment.
Shit, everything happens for a reason, bro. Life ended up getting us to this point right here, so that's where we at.
100%. And I think the thing that pushed it over where it was like, okay, whenever he drop again, that's why I'm getting him. Is your feature on Jalen's project. Boy, that was hard AF.
That shucking and jiving, man. That's that.
Yeah. That shit was hard as fuck.
Look, bro, that's probably like one of my favorite verses that I've written to this date. No cap. It's real talk, bro. Like for real. Like I remember whenever I wrote that bitch, and like whenever I got toward like the end of it, and I was doing like the all right, let's take it back to 1997 January 20. I was like, bro. I was like, this is just it's
you
too
was definitely
hard.
eating. Let me like 100%. You was definitely eating. But before we even get into any of that, let's take it back. Cause like I tell everybody, we got to do the business first, and then we're gonna have fun. Cause I see your hoodie. And if you see my room, you know what we got to talk about. But we got to do the business first. Sir. Let's for the people that don't know, first off, tell us about the name Divine Hippie.
So Divine Hippie, DVNE HPPY. It's pretty much just like a entendre on like my name and my lifestyle. So my name is Divine Martin. But I feel as if I live more of like a hippie lifestyle, and not necessarily like the walk around like in sandals type deal, but just like the spirituality of it and just like the energy that I try to exude. I feel free like living. It's more, yeah, just free living, man, just being carefree and just, you know, just kind of just living life and doing whatever I want. I just feel like that's more of like the lifestyle that I live. And people always ask me to just like, man, like, why is it spelled the way that it is, like without the I's and everything? And I feel like for me, that's personally just like the no I in team motto. Like I don't feel like Divine Hippie is just a me effort. I don't feel like it's solely just on myself. I feel like I do rely on help from like my homies, family members, any type of other creative that's just trying to be a part of the project, man. Like it's just always been something that I believe in. I always believe in a team effort, man. I mean, that's what's gotten me to this point that I'm at now.
Yo, so I relate to that so much because, like, for example, people ask me for like how there's the Joe Budden podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast. Why didn't you call it the Lyndon Burton podcast or something like that? I was like, cause I'm making a network. I don't want it to be like it's solely me, because there's a lot of people that work on this that I want them to be able to buy in, because this is much your company, your show as much as it is mine. We're all bros. We're the bros who think, and that's why another reason I don't call the people who support us, the community, our family, I don't call them fans. Like y'all are my family. Like y'all don't realize. The fact is, y'all are helping me accomplish my dream. I can never thank you as much as I would love to. Like the love I have for the people anybody who listens to the show is exuberant, because like you understand, like people who listen to your music, that's your family. Like I got love for y'all.
Shit, and that's how I treat everybody that listens to the music, supports the music, any type of sort of way, man. Like everybody's family at that point. It's like,
I feel you.
It's like, I mean, you call yourself a fan all you want, man, but in my heart, you always be fan.
Yeah, you fan 100%. I either say family, are you part of the community? You part of the team? That's how I refuse to say fan. In worst case, I'll say supporter, but I don't know. You could jazz up supporter. Like I don't like how supporter sounds. But let's get into when did you start rapping, and what made you decide, yo, I want to be a rapper?
So I remember whenever I was in like high school, man, well, not even really high school, we'll go back to like junior high. I used to just always like after school, like write poetry, or like even while I was in like English class or something like that, just like writing poetry in my book. And I remember I used to like give it to the teachers, like my English teachers and whatnot, and like try to get feedback and whatnot. But I remember one day I was on the bus writing something, and they had this big dude. His name was Tobias. Shout out to Tobias if you ever get a chance to see this, bro. He was just like, yo, like, what you doing? And I was like, I mean, I'm just writing poetry, writing like just little like short inspirations, like just like I guess you could say like affirmations and shit. And he was like, man, let me peep that book out. So I was like, I mean, I guess, I didn't think it was gonna be anything that he was gonna be interested in, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like two different worlds colliding at that point. And like he had read a couple of things, man. He was just like, "What is these raps?" I was like, "Nah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
like it's
spitting?
just
This is poetry.
yeah."
Yeah.
It's like, "Nah, man, like it's just poetry." He was just like, "Bro," he was like, "I mean, it's some pretty good material right here." It's like you should probably like get rapping out try. Like I'm like 15 at this point. I'm just like, man.
Do I
It's like
want to
that's
rap? Yeah, I
hell
feel
no.
you.
That's hell no. That's I was like, that's not in my blood whatsoever. Cause like I'm looking at like artists like Childish Gambino, Kendrick Lamar, just like Mac Miller, stuff like that, man. I'm just like, man, like I'm nowhere close to being as cool as what these niggas is. Like, there's no way in hell I can sit over there and just be a rapper like talk about. But I remember one day my homie Deshaun, he had asked me to go to his home studio that his brother had. And it was just like, bro, like go in there and go spit something. So I remember like the first like actual song that I had wrote, it was whenever I was under my alias D Martin.
Got you.
And I wrote that bitch, was called Coexist. And I was like, man, I was like, this is honestly a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, it's like maybe I can actually do something with this. So just years progressed on. I ended up dropping D Martin as an alias, ended up picking up Divine Hippie. And I mean, the rest was history after that. Just being able to rock shows, still write lyrics, go to the studio and go record. It just became more of a, I guess you could say, the lifestyle. I mean, that's just the way I look at it now.
Became your way of life, 100%. So talk to me about some of your influences in rap. You mentioned the people you talked about. Are those some of your influences? And give us some of the people that like got you to love the art form of rap.
Honestly, man, I give it all Childish Gambino, no cap. I feel like that was like one of the first artists that I really sat down and like I tried to like dissect their lyrics as well as just like their entire project as a whole. And I feel like that's really what like grasped me into the world of music, because I was just kind of like just listening to the song just for the sake of listening to it. I had never like really tuned in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
never really dug deep into it.
Exactly. I remember whenever Camp came out and I had peeped that bitch. Bro, it was a life-changing experience. And then to follow that up with BTI, because the internet, like that whole world, bro, like just seeing somebody like shape an entire, I guess, just universe, like it was just crazy. So
and to me,
I mean, that's definitely
hearing your music, I can see why, like you said, some of the names you said, like Bino, K Dot, Mac Miller, because you don't rap about the typical guns, drugs, gangs, because that's not you. You talk about
exactly.
more so like life and your experiences and like getting to your goal, your destination, and your hippie lifestyle, for example.
Exactly. I want people to be able, whenever they listen to my music, whether they're going through something at that point in time or whether they went through something in the past, man, I want to feel as if it's a coping mechanism, and I want it to be, at the end of the day, a celebration of life. Like, I don't want people to feel as if, I know some of the songs that I make can be a little bit more on a depressing kick, but I know at the end of the day, like, it's going to help somebody out there, just like how listening to Childish Gambino's music or like Mac Miller's music, etc., like helped me out a lot whenever I was at that young age.
I know we're gonna get to Concrete, and I'm gonna just say this now, like as someone who is driving for something, anybody who has a goal and has found their ambition in life, and if you are hustling to it, Concrete is the perfect tape for you, because the type of like inspirational raps and like the way that people need to chase after their dreams is all throughout Concrete. It's definitely a theme, and you started off from the intro, but we're gonna get to that. I just want to throw that out there just because
yes, sir,
that's the type of music you're making. Now I want to ask you, just because I like the detour and let conversation come as it will, how do you feel about, because I'm not gonna call him Bino no more, I'm so happy I got to see him live. I saw him at Hangout right before the Redbone tape dropped, so right before he changed, and I was like, I'm Donald Glover. I wish we could get one more Bino tape, man. I think I saw Stone Mountain and shit played, the Gangsta Grills, and I respect him because I feel like if I ever had a rap tape and I was ending rap, Gangsta Grills would be the perfect like end on. How do you feel about him transitioning away from music?
First personally, I'm gonna say you got the golden era, right?
Yes,
man.
I did.
And that
That's
was
the
like,
last thing.
You got the golden era show. I'm hella jealous about that because I saw him in 2018, 2019.
My homie said he don't even really do the raps at them shows.
He really don't, bro. But it's like I feel like what is it, Waking My Love? Yeah, Waking My Love. I feel like seeing that live gave me such a different perspective on his music.
I could believe that.
like whenever I tell you, bro, like I walked into that event because me and my girl drove all the way to Atlanta to go to like the first date of his new tour. And bro, whenever I tell you I walked into that building, the amount of energy that was in
I bet
there,
that
bro,
was fantastic.
Dog, I was like, this is the end goal right here for music. Like whenever I end up getting to this point, I was like, that's a wrap. I was like, I want to be able to do one last tour like how that man did and cut it off.
Oh man, I could only imagine, because when I saw him, he was still a great performer, and I put him like at least top 10, maybe top 5 of rap performers I've seen. Like at that time, I thought when I saw him at that time, he was right behind Drake and Kid Cudi for me, because those two, yep. I had Cudi 2, Drake 1, just because Drake is an amazing performer and Cudi is as well. But Bino was right there with him. How do you feel about his acting? Like, what do you like his shows? Like, I think Atlanta is incredible. I like Community, but I think Atlanta is his best thing. Didn't really like him in Han Solo, the movie, but I liked him as Lando. I thought he was a great Lando. And Lion King, you could put it in the dirt, throw it away.
I mean, as far as like TV wise and everything, I mean, I personally love it. Like every single project that he's put out, as far as going from Atlanta to Community, everything.
I like both of those for sure.
Yeah, like Community is like just an all-time goated TV series. If you haven't watched that shit, by the way, not talking to you, but talking to the fans directly.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it, bro. It's absolutely funny. Like you can tell like his comedy side in that, but going to Atlanta, I feel like that's more of like his more serious acting.
And
so
see,
I feel like that gives
funny
you
at the same time too. It's crazy how good Atlanta was. Cause see, I didn't watch season 2 when it came out. Like legit, I watched like 2 to 3 episodes of it, but I just started rewatching it literally last week, season 2, because I want to get caught up for 3. Because he said season 3 and 4, no one's fucking with us except the Sopranos, and I was like, whoa, that's something to say. Also, feel kind of upset you didn't mention The Wire, but okay, if the only 2 shows fucking with you is The Wire and Sopranos, you better come with it. And I didn't realize how good season 2 was. The fact that he had Paperboy and Lakeith and Zazie Beetz before they became who they are today just shows the foresight of him.
Dude, it's absolutely crazy. Like his ability, because I mean, even like if you recall, whenever he was at the award show and he won all those awards for Waking My Love, like whenever he had name drop Migos was already big at that point, but that like excelled them to a whole new level of superstar. In my personal opinion, some people might disagree with me on that.
No, I agree with you. It made him worldwide, because Donald Glover at that time he might not have been known by the streets, but the world knew him. And Migos might have been known by the streets, but the world didn't necessarily know Migos. Like you only knew Migos as the Versace people that Drake did with. You didn't know them as Bad and Bougie yet. Like honestly, after he name dropped them, I believe Bad and Bougie sales went up by like 10%.
Yep, exactly. So, and that man name carry weight, bro.
That's a fact.
Like I can't put it no other way. Like if there's anybody in this life who I would want to get a feature for, who I would like, yes,
100%. I think a Divine Hippie Bino feature would be fire.
I don't even care if he's just singing like sweet little melodies on there, bro. Just like
that would be even colder. Like that would be the wave. Oh man! All right, let's before we get to Concrete, just talk to us a little bit about Sedated and Sublime. Like just give us a little bit about what you were going for with those tapes, because I don't want to spend too long on them because I want to spend time on Concrete, but I definitely hear the growth from Sedated, from Sublime, and then to Concrete.
So Sedated was the first project that I had released under Divine Hippy, and I feel like that was just me kind of like testing the waters, really, not really
putting your name out.
Yeah, like not really like diving full force into it, but like just trying to like get my name out there and like just trying to like show like the new alias and whatnot, just showing what like that side of Divine could do. With Sublime, I felt like that was more like me really getting comfortable as an artist. Like you start hearing a lot more melodies on there, just like a little bit more, not like necessarily like R&B kick, but like you do hear like some of those like
you experiment.
Exactly, like you hear like more of that experimentation.
I gotta say on Sedated, Out Late is my favorite song, hard as hell. And then on Sublime, I think I either go Frown or the title track of Sublime.
I fuck with the title track a lot just because that was the first song that I had wrote for that project. And I remember specifically, like I had just got off the phone with my dad and there was just a lot of stuff going on. I think we had No, actually that was Sedated. No, Sublime was like right whenever my daughter was born. So like I was just
Going through that.
yeah, just going through it, man. Like I mean, just being like a new father at 20 years old, like that shit was scary.
I could bet.
That shit was scary, man. So it's
And you
like,
hear that, now that you say that, you hear it in the music with your lyrics.
So like, so like with Sedated, I felt like that was, like I said, like that was more just like getting comfortable with Sublime was definitely more of like that experimentation. I mean, my favorite track on that one, I probably have to say is either 504 Goodies, which by the way, I don't smoke 504 Goodies no more. I don't smoke guards in general. I smoke
good,
bitch.
good.
All the way.
Not killing yourself.
All the way, man. Some people be calling me a hypocrite. They'd be like, man, you wrote a whole song about 504s. That was whenever I was young and naive. Just let it go. Just let it go.
You got to give them a paper joint. You just, whether it's just like a little throwaway, you got to be like, here's my paper song for everybody talking about that 504 to Goodies. You could even, you know, it'd be fly if you took the same beat and remixed it and showed your growth.
Shit, just call it Raw Papers 504 Goodie remix.
Yeah, bro, that'd be hard. That would be hard as hell. Now, talk to me just a little bit about, because somebody might be able to take advice from this. Talk to me about what it was like being a young father, like having a daughter at a young age, and just if you had to give anybody advice who are young parents, what advice would you give them?
Love them unconditionally, man. Don't ever feel as if like you can have your doubts as being a parent sometimes, but you are always have confidence in yourself that your ability to be able to raise your kids is going to be like top notch. And just because your parents might have failed you, which my parents didn't fail me, I felt like my parents raised me pretty well. But just because you feel as if your parents might have failed you growing up doesn't mean that you're going to fail that child that you have that's either on the way or that's currently here. Just always have faith in your parents' ability and just always be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's gonna be days where it's rough as fuck. Like they'll be sitting over there crying all day. Like you feel as if you just can't do anything to make them happy. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like that's your kid. They love you unconditionally just as much as you love them. And I mean, they rely on you for growth and wisdom and knowledge and all that, man. So I mean,
how important is it? How important is it, because you talked about your family, how important is it that you had parents that raised you well, that support you in your ambitions? And then how does that translate to you being a father?
I mean, for me, it's like I was mainly raised by my mom, you know what I'm saying? So like my pops was locked up for a little bit, but I mean, right whenever that man got out, bro, like he was trying to be like the best father that he possibly could to make up for lost time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's not a lot of people out there as far as like just like men that are incarcerated in the system
that
like
come out and do that.
Exactly, bro.
You don't hear that story, and I think that's important that like you say that, because I think a lot of black men can learn from that.
Like my dad, man, like I felt like there was so long where I had a lot of resentment, you know what I'm saying? But like over the course of time, like you just kind of end up growing up and you really look at like the deeper side of things and like you see the reason why they did certain actions that they had.
Yep.
But for me, it was I think it was more recently, like especially like now that like I work with them, because like me and my dad, we actually opened up a wing and seafood spot.
I was going to ask you about that. We going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's save that because I want to ask you about that. Next time I'm at home, I'm sliding through.
Got to, bro. You absolutely have to. But I mean, just being able to have like that support from them, man, I feel like that means the world. There's a lot of people out there that try to like do any type of art form, whether it's music, drawing, like writing, anything along those lines.
Parents don't support them.
Parents don't support it, bro, because they feel as if, man, like there's no money in that. That's what they'll tell you. But it's like to have parents that like actually sit there and like they want to see you persist and like chase your dreams, and like it doesn't matter what the content of your music is, they still support you regardless of the matter. I feel like that's a big help, because I feel like I look to them for a lot. Like I ask them for their advice on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So if I were to feel like lyrics that I was putting out wasn't correlating with them well, I feel like I wouldn't want to put that music out.
I understand that 100%.
But because they support me 100% and they back me in everything that I do, I feel like that's what allows me to be as open of an artist as I am. And that's what allows me to be able to hit like different topics and just be able to be on the same wavelength as so many different people in the world.
That help. I get that 1,000%. That it propels you almost. It gives you. It adds fuel to your fire. Like you have a fire, drives, but then
bro.
when you hear that your family and the people that you care about support you and actually believe in you, it just gives you that extra motivation.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I was about to say 100, no, 1,000% on that for sure, for sure.
Hell yeah. So I'm with you on that. Now let's transition to Concrete. Now I see, because I didn't know the song times, because when I listened on Apple Music, and I was just, oh, I don't look at song times till we do this interview. But now that I'm seeing, was it because we're in this microwave era, and I've asked a lot of people if they're conscious on their song lengths. You have some that are 33, 39 with Peace of Mind, 205 with Thinking, 304 with Free Agent, 222 with Not the Same, 120 with the interlude, and then you finish out with a 3-minute song. Was that conscious choice, or do you just make the music that you make? Because I've heard some people say they consciously choose to make anywhere between a 2:45 and under because they don't want to make a 3-minute song. Being that you are this lyricist person that cares about bars, obviously, and cares about song creation, is it that you consciously think about, okay, I can't let it get over 3:30, or I can't let it get to 4 because people aren't receptive enough, or people don't have enough what's the word I'm looking for? People don't have enough attention span to listen to that? Or is it I'm just making the art I want to make and they take it how they take it?
I feel like it's really just me making the art that I want to make. I don't think about like the length of songs or anything along those lines. Like, fuck, I can make a 6-minute track. And I mean, if you bang with it, cool. If not, cool. You know 100%. What I'm saying? Like, the way I feel about music, man, is that at the end of the day, like, I'm making music for myself. I'm making music that I want to listen to. And I mean, if other people want to hop on that wave, I mean, that's glorious. It's grand. I appreciate you. But I mean, if you just sitting over there hating on it, I mean, I appreciate you too, because that's what drives me.
Hell yeah. How important is bars and being the type of artist you are in this era? Do you feel there's a hindrance to being a quote unquote lyrical, more conscious, more melody driven guy, and not the typical auto-tune? I don't even want to say mumble rap because I feel that's disrespectful, but the typical popular sound that is today. Do you feel it's harder for you, or do you feel actually it's easier because people have so much of that they can have the palate cleanser of this?
I just feel like lyricism in today's time is really just like a lost art form. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't hate on anybody that does like the I don't want to say mumble rap.
Yeah, like the trap, the auto-tune trap, melodic. Yeah.
Like, I don't hate on people that like made that type of music, man, because I mean, there's different music for every type of situation.
Facts.
So I'm just making music for the situation that I imagine that the people that listen to me would currently be in, you know what I'm saying? Just like how people like Uzi make music for people that would probably be in the club, like they'd be at a festival or something, just like trying to have fun and turn up. Or I mean, even like Playboy Cardi for that matter. But I mean, I make my music more for the lyrical sense, just because I feel like I'm just more on that conscious wave, and I want to be able to address actions that are going on in the world, or just address things that are going on in my personal life. So I feel as if doing something simple isn't going to necessarily catch their attention. 100%. I feel like I want to be able to do something complex with lyrics and just be able to tap into different flow styles and just different rhyme schemes and everything. I want to be able to try to grasp their attention span and just be able to try to keep it for as long as possible.
Do you think the pandemic helped people like you, because there's no clubs, there's no festivals, so now I don't really had a place to listen to Uzi, whereas with the lyricists, I can listen to it in my car, I can listen to it in my home, I can listen to it while I'm cleaning up? Or do you feel it was just, I ain't get to perform, so that shit was trash?
It's a double-edged sword. So like for me, I rely on like real life experiences and everything to be able to write my lyrics.
Gotcha.
But with not being able to experience life for a whole year, like I think the last song that I legitly wrote before like 2 weeks ago was probably back in like November. No cap.
Okay.
Like
while you were still experiencing shit.
Exactly. Like it took me a minute to be able to like actually get back into the habit of writing songs again, just because by the time like October had rolled around, I was like, I'm just done with this shit. I was like, I just want COVID to be over. I want to be able to go do shows again. I was like, I really don't have like no inspiration for anything. And that was whenever we were just sitting over there trying to grind out Concrete. And
that's what I was about to ask you. So how freshly written is Concrete?
The last song for Concrete was written, I want to say back in June of last year. So like whenever I had wrote that final song, we were just kind of in the process of like mixing and mastering it. And shout out to my
fixing it up.
Yeah, shout out to my engineer Cody, man. Like
Shout
that
out
dude,
Cody.
like he did his fucking thing on that. Like as far as like just like the mixing and mastering on it, like
make it sound crisp. Yeah, shout out Cody.
Like he would apologize all the time, but so I'm like, man, like I'm sorry that it's taking so long. Sorry that it's taking so long. It's like, bro,
it worked out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'll sit over there and wait for a quality project rather than pushing out something that's unfinished. That's just type of artist that I am. Like it doesn't matter if it's been like 2 years since I released a project. It's like at the end of the day,
until I feel comfortable with it.
Exactly. The supporters, like everybody, like they gonna get what they came for.
Yeah,
like,
y'all gonna it's gonna be worth the wait. It's not gonna be
exactly.
I dropped 2 years and I'm giving you a full pack where 2 of the songs are fire, the other 2 trash. Nah, when I come back, I'm dropping that heat for y'all.
Exactly.
100%. All right, let's get into Concrete. Talk to me about Pastor Cliff's Premonition, because I thought that was the perfect way to start this project. Why'd you choose that? Who is Pastor Cliff to you? Is he really a pastor? Just give us a little insight into the choice of the intro.
So he's not actually a pastor. That's like my best friend. His name is Clifton. Shout out Cliff, man.
I like it though. It sounded like he was a pastor. I fucked with it.
Shit, the reason why we called it that, man, was just because like I remember there was just one day we were just kind of having a conversation, and I was just like, if you wouldn't mind, I was like, I need you to like just send me like this voice memo real quick. I was like, I don't really care what you say on it, just say like some inspirational shit for the project. And whenever he ended up like saying everything for it, like whenever he got toward the end of it, whenever he was like, that's concrete, I was just like, that's done. The name of the project. I was like, that's the name of the project.
Hell yeah. Well, shout out Cliff, man, because Cliff, you did your thing, brother.
Dude, he absolutely fucking killed it, dog. Like for real. Like I remember whenever I had listened to it, and after Cody had put like the spin and everything on it to give it more of like that
a little more je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, a little exactly. I don't know how to say that, but yeah.
I got you. But yeah, no, I fucked with it. And I think, like I said, it's the perfect way to open into Peace of Mind. Talk to me about just the creation of that song, who produced it, and what were you thinking about when you made that song?
So Peace of Mind is actually the very last beat that I ever purchased from YouTube. I told myself after that one that I didn't want to have to like purchase any more beats, just because I wanted to start trying to be able to give more like local artists more shine, and not even necessarily local artists, but just like trying to give the homies more spotlight on my stuff, just to kind of add in more to the name of Divine Hippie, like,
and bring in like your personal producers. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know how to make beats or anything like that. I personally don't have an interest in making beats. I know that's weird to say as an artist. I get that. I was about to say, I just personally don't have an interest in it. Now, whenever I'm watching Cody do like the whole like mixing and mastering on the vocals, that shit entertains the piss out of me. I'm just like, hell yeah. Like I can get more into that aspect of it than the actual like producing side. But with Peace of Mind, that was, let me see. I want to say that one was like the 3rd track that we had wrote I had wrote for that one. But it was just more, I want to say I wrote that one at the beginning of 2020. So
at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, beginning of the pandemic and whatnot. So just not necessarily depressed, but I mean, I remember I was sitting at work. I used to work at a car dealership, and I was just sitting outside, and I was just like, man, like let me just scroll through some beats or something, just try to jot up some inspiration. I remember I scrolled on this one beat by this dude B Young, who actually produced a lot of the tracks on Sedated as well. No, I'm sorry, not Sedated, Sublime. And I was just so drawn to it. Like it was like, not gonna say possessed, but it's like I was just writing it down. Like just I didn't really have like any control over what was coming out. Like it was just
coming out.
Kind of like, yeah, God was just kind of like just lighting my fingers on fire, man. I was just typing it out as I went. But I remember whenever I had finished with it, I was just like, this song, if it is not the one that blows up, it's gonna be that one that touches so many people.
It's definitely one of the more powerful songs on the project. I think either that one or Not the Same are my 2 favorites.
I would have to say my 2 favorites from it are, I would say the Interlude or Free Agent.
You definitely showcase a little bit of different stuff on the Interlude.
I feel like that one was more just abstract. I remember I had wrote I randomly wrote a verse, and I knew I wanted to incorporate it on the project somehow. But we were just sitting at the house at Cody's, and it was him and my homie Nick that I had went to college with. And I was just like, Cody, just kind of like play just like some melodies on the keyboard real quick. So he's just like playing melodies on it, and then Nick comes in with his guitar, and like he's just scratching, like just doing just like crazy shit. I'm just like, hold on.
We got to use all of this.
I was like, yeah, and it was just like, you sure? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, the way that I wanted that track to be incorporated was that I wanted it to kind of be like sitting outside, not necessarily on like an acid trip or something like that, but just like really lost in
nature.
Yeah, exactly. Like just really lost in the process of thought, and like you just hearing like all these surrounding sounds, but like you're still getting that realness of the lyrics that's bringing you back to the actual song itself. So I mean, shout out to Cody and Nick, man, because they
hell yeah. Now is that L Buff? Is Cody L Buff? Okay, yeah. Cool. Well, since we just went to the outdoors, let's go to the other feature track with Jalen Quinn. How is it when you and Jalen lock in? Is it like, oh, I hear Jalen verse, all right, I might have to retweak mine because I'm not letting you eat me on my song, or am I sending you my hot fire because I already know how you coming? Is it, how's that competition like thing? Because at the end of the day, rap's still a competition, but y'all, it's a friendly competition. Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron.
I look at Jalen and LC for that matter. I look at them as like two of like my biggest competition. No cap.
Hell yeah.
Like for real. Like the way that like their grind is absolutely insane. But like whenever I think Not the Same, we had actually wrote and recorded that joint back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So that was like
couldn't even tell. Like it sounds fresh, like 2020, exactly. 2021.
But I just never knew like when was like the appropriate time to drop it. Like I had never like tried to plan on like a rollout or anything behind it. And I just remember like we were just kind of going through like all the songs that we had in the catalog, and I was just going through my Google Drive, and I was just like, wait. I was like, I do still have this song, because I thought I had lost it. Honestly, I thought it was lost somewhere in my email, and I had deleted it or something, just being stupid going through my shit. But I hit him up and I was like, I plan on dropping like this particular song that we did on the project. I was like, I wonder if you still cool with it, if you still like your verse and everything. He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, I was just feeding off the energy that you was giving whenever we originally recorded. He was like, you do as you please with it. I was like, word. But that track in particular, I felt like set the tone for, I guess you could say, the second half of the project, which includes like Not the Same, the interlude, and then I Don't Want to Go Outside. So
it's definitely like with the intro and Peace of Mind and Thinking, it's like we're going up the roller coaster, and then with Free Agent we're coming down, but then it picks up speed at Not the Same, and it's like you're going through the ride with Outdoors and I Don't Want to Go Outside. Now, speaking of Free Agent, I feel like Free Agent and Thinking are two songs that flow into each other. Was that on purpose? Was that like, I feel like they're sister songs almost.
Most definitely. So for me, it was like right whenever you had like Peace of Mind going into Thinking, I felt like that was more of like just me saying like, okay, like I found like this peace, but at the same time is like I still have all of these different thoughts that are like I'm still trying to process. It's like, yeah, like you found like a little bit of your, I'm not gonna say sanity, but you found a little bit of your what's the word for it? I guess we'll just say peace of mind just for the sake of it, just to save time. But I guess you could say like, even though I found my peace of mind, it's like I still had all of these different things that like I was thinking about, like, am I living right? Like, am I necessarily living life to the fullest extent, like how I'm supposed to be? And then whenever you go from Thinking into Free Agent, that's more of like the, okay, like we're at a different hiatus now. Like now we're actually starting to live life. We're starting to actually more like experience it. And that's where it also goes into Not the Same. And then from Not the Same, it kind of like after Not the Same, it dials it back. So whenever you end up getting into the interlude, it's like you're right back at square one in a sense.
Okay. So it's like, okay, I get you. We done went through, I cleared up the mind. Now we live in life, not the same. We're a different person than in the beginning, but then now we're back at square one. A new set of thoughts are on the equation.
Exactly. So now you're sitting over there having the Outdoors interlude where you're just thinking of just all of these not crazy mishappenings, but just everything that's going on in the world pretty much. Like I imagine I imagine that song, even though it's not how I wrote it, but I imagine that one like sitting on top of a rooftop, like late at night, just kind of like just looking at the stars and just letting like just your thoughts just kind of ramble on and just like go through everything. And that's where you have like that craziness of like just like the guitar riff, and same thing with like the actual like piano keys that kind of bring a little bit more of like the beauty back to it. And then going
So
from
that's
that
why the
one,
interlude has all those different sounds, because it's all the
exactly.
different random trains of thoughts and all the different worlds coming in, and the piano's the mellowing out, like it's gonna be okay. Oh, I'll fuck with that heavy. Okay, continue. Lead us, not to cut you off. My bad.
Oh no, you get it. So like going from that one into I don't want to go outside is like I said, like I'm sitting over there, like sitting on top of the rooftop. But once you end up getting to the end where of outdoors, where it's like I always shake back eventually and roll some, and like it's cut off at that point. Like it doesn't like continue the verse or anything. Like it's purposely cut off at like that exact point to lead you into I don't want to go outside. And then that's whenever like the hard hitting of reality sets. Is like you're still a black man in America. Is like you can overcome all these things, but at the end of the day is like your life could be taken from you at any point in time.
Now, so it sounds like what went on during the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, from the different murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, it sounds like that really inspired I Don't Want to Go Outside.
Yeah, most definitely. So like that one was written like in the midst of everything, whenever like all of the rallies and everything were going on in the US. So I felt like that's definitely what the big inspiration for that particular song was. I remember we had wrote that one when everything had first started. I was like, what was that, May last year? Like April,
around
May?
that time. Yeah.
So
leading into the summer. Now I want to ask you, being that, because I have a Caucasian girlfriend, a white girlfriend, you have I believe she's your wife, right? If your girlfriend,
wife,
baby mama, future partner. But besides that, we both have a non-black partner. How was that during the whole movement and everything, and just how is that? Just talk to me about that whole experience, because I can relate to what you're talking about, because I'm in a similar situation.
I feel like during that time, especially because a lot of people necessarily weren't really like going outside or anything, I didn't necessarily feel the effects of that, even though I have a Caucasian girlfriend. But I do always feel like whenever we did go out in public, there was always like those stares. And it's just, I was not sure if they're staring at me because I'm with a white girl, or if they're staring at her because like she's with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And fuck, man, I remember whenever we went to a birthday party for my little girl, man, and it was like probably like 2-3 years ago, and the girls party who we were there for, her mom came up to me and had asked me if I could leave. And it wasn't necessarily the mom asking me to leave. I was friends with her, but her boyfriend's stepdad, we were at his house and he had asked me to leave. And I remember that was like her first time ever like experiencing something of like that magnitude. And I told her, I was like, bro, I mean, I'm not tripping. I was like, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, I'm at this man's house. I can't necessarily tell him that I'm not gonna sit over there and start no.
It's not like y'all in a public place, yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm not gonna sit over here and start no beef with this man just because. At the end of the day, whatever energy I feed into it negative wise, I'm just gonna prove they point right about me. The reason why they kicking me out of here, even though they haven't gotten the chance to know me, they haven't had the same conversation with me. They just assume the person that I am due to all these preconceived notions that they be having. So, I mean, I just told her, I was like, I mean, we can just grab our stuff, hop in the whip, and leave. I was like,
you don't even want to be around that energy. Like it's exactly. Not. That's just ignorance at that point. And how do you, as a rapper and just as someone that's creating art, how do you, I guess, put that pain into the art and put that to show like there's people out here that go through this. There's people who out here who experience that, and it's on both sides, whether it's black people or white people. It's like, y'all shouldn't let your clouded ignorance judge what could be love and what could be happiness and what is love and what is happiness based upon the skin complexion of other people. It should be who you love is who you love. You know what I mean?
Exactly my point, bro. So it's like, I forgot where I was about to go with that. Leave me off of that. What was the
it was just like, how do you as an artist and as a rapper put that pain and put that education into your art to show that, like, look, whether because there's black people who don't like mixed races, and there's white people who don't like mixed couples, and how do you put that into your art to educate, or maybe not to educate, but to help someone going through that?
I think for me, it's really, I just want to be transparent with everybody that's listening to my music. I don't necessarily want to say like I'm trying to be vulnerable 24/7, but I want to be transparent in my life. I want to be transparent in the things and the events that I go through. So, and that's really just in hopes that if somebody else is going through that same thing, like it might be able to help them in the future. But I mean, at the end of the day, like whatever music I do write, if it is along like more of that deep internal thought and not necessarily just like fun songs like Frown or like STFU, I just feel like for me it's just really just want to be transparent with everybody.
100%, 100%. Tell the people where they can get the project on streaming and whatnot, and tell them where they can find it, what's it called, and everything like that.
Gotcha. Search me up, Divine HPPY, DVNE HPPY on all streaming platforms, man. SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Google Music, if that's your thing. I don't know nobody listen to Google Music, but if you do, shout out to you. Pretty much anywhere that music can be streamed, man. The only place that is not is on YouTube, but we are currently working on that right now.
Y'all search Concrete. Make sure y'all check it out. Now that we got the business out of the way, let's let the supporters and the family get to know who Divine HPPY is and what he likes. Now, you say it about your business with your pops. Talk to us about that.
So me and my dad, he kind of already had like the business plan and everything like set aside, because he was kind of doing like play lunches and everything like out of the building already, but he didn't have like a necessarily like set name for it. Like he didn't have like a set like business plan for it. So I remember whenever I was working at the dealership, I usually talk to my dad probably like 4 times a week or something like that. We just like have a conversation on the phone.
Yeah, just some council meetings.
Exactly. So I remember one day he was like, so Divine's like, I have this idea. He was like, I want like your opinion on it. He always like pitches me like all of his like business ideas that he has for the most part. And I appreciate that, because it just means that he respects like,
I think y'all have a good relationship. That's what's up.
Exactly. So whenever he had came up to the idea with me, I was like, I mean, I could see the holes in it, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I think that is a really good idea. And he was asking me, he was like, well, how would you feel about coming be a partner on this with me? And immediately I was like, nope. I was like, nah, at first. Like I really had like turned it down, because for me, that was just really out of my comfort zone. Like I was really comfortable being at the dealership, and that's really all it was. I was just comfortable. And that's what he kept telling me. He was like, you're too comfortable. He was like, why do you want to keep on putting energy into something
you don't love?
Exactly. Something that you don't love, and also something that you know for a fact isn't going to benefit you at the end of the day besides financially.
It's benefiting other people, 100%.
Exactly. It's benefiting other people. You're not doing anything that's for yourself. And whenever he had said that, like it kind of struck a nerve, but I was still like on the fence about it. We kept on having conversations about it. We just kept on talking. And then finally I just caved in. We had a conversation while he was cutting my hair, because he's also a barber. And I was like, you know what? I'm sold. Like, I was like, I'm willing to try it out. I put in my 2 weeks the next day at the dealership, and
y'all got to work.
Exactly. We got to work, man. He started showing me like just all the ins and outs of the business. But the main thing that really like turned me over more onto his side was, I knew for a fact that in the future I want to own my own business. I don't know necessarily what it's going to be. I'm kind of tapping on like just different ideas.
Diversify your portfolio and let rap be what you love. If it makes the money, cool. But I'm going to have multiple streams of income to where I'm doing rap still for me. It's still fun for me.
Exactly. I don't want rap to ever feel like a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like once something starts feeling like a job, just like a 9 to 5, like you lose the happiness.
Anymore.
Exactly. So I never wanted music to necessarily be like that. Like, I mean, I have people ask me often, like, how much you charge for features? I personally don't charge people for features, man. Like, for me, it's more of, I'm not going to work with you if I don't have a connection with you. And it's not even like no disrespect or nothing like that, but I feel I want the project to be more organic than anything.
And authentic,
Exactly. It's not going to be organic if like you just sitting over there paying me like $100 or something like that in order to get a quick verse. Like, I feel like at that point, like I'm obligated to just write to it. If I have to try to push something out, it's not going to be my best work. And I mean, I'm personally gonna hate it. Like, I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna absolutely fucking hate it.
100%. Nah, I feel that. So talk to me. What's the restaurant called? What's type of the stuff y'all serve?
Trap Seafood and Wing Spot, man. It's on the east side of Homa. Shout out East Homa, man. That's pretty much what raised me and my pops. But I mean, on there you're gonna find just different styles of wings, as far as just like different flavors. Most popular one, if you ever come try it out, sweet heat, lemon pepper.
What's your favorite? That I don't want to know what's the most I want to know what's your favorite, so I know what I should come try. Cause see, it's different when you hear the owner's favorite versus what's the most popular.
Shoot, my favorite one is the sweet heat. I mean, that's like all the way through. And then you got the block is hot. That's like a medium buffalo lemon pepper seasoning, so it's just like a hot lemon pepper. And that one's pressure.
Next time I'm in Homa, I'm definitely coming through. I give you my word. When I come to New Orleans, because I go through 90 to New Orleans, I always usually stop at Danny's in Morgan City. I'm stopping at Trap. Stopping at Trap Seafood and Wings next time. Guaranteed.
Shoot, that's a bet.
Hell yeah. So y'all make sure y'all go check out Trap Seafood and Wings, east side of Homa as well. Now, I see your shirt. Are you a big anime fan?
Of course.
What's some of your favorite anime?
Yu Yu Hakusho is the number one off rip.
Okay. Yusuke, you're a Who your favorite off that show? Because we got Yusuke, we got Hiei, we got Kurama, we got Kuwabara. I am a Yusuke and Hiei guy.
I like Yusuke just more for like the badass side of it. Like,
Same.
They just really don't give two fucks. And then I'm more on the Kurama side, because I still got that little bit of the soft side to me as well.
Got you.
I feel like Kurama, even though he could be a cold-blooded killer, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is more, for the most part, very level-headed.
He is.
And I feel like that aspect I relate more to Kurama more than anybody on that show.
I fuck with that. Hell yeah. Okay, so what else we got besides Yu Yu Hakusho? Because honestly, I feel like y'all have the best tournament, Yu Yu Hakusho best tournament arc, dark tournament. But I will say, after the dark tournament, it kind of falls, but it's not bad. It's just it's not peak fiction like everything pre-dark tournament and dark tournament.
I mean, most definitely. I mean, in that aspect, it's just like dark tournament really like set that bar high. And I mean, the last boss fight that Yusuke had, like, I mean, it was cold, but I mean,
it wasn't no Toguro.
Oh, hell no. It was definitely not no fucking Toguro, bro. That fight right there, that's like top five anime.
To me, the best fights in Yu Yu Hakusho gotta be younger Toguro, Yusuke, the final one in the tournament. Jin versus Yusuke, the flying demon who was in the air. What's the drunk dude's name? I always forget. Cho versus Yusuke with the edge battle. I like Kuwabara versus the Saint Beast, his fight. I like Yusuke versus Rando, and then Hiei when he uses the dark flame dragon versus Bowie, and the first time.
Yeah, I was about to say the first time that he used that Dragon of Darkness flame, I was just like,
I remember that old dude out.
Bro, I remember being young as fuck watching that with my uncle, and I'm just like, God, this nigga just got murked.
Hell yeah, okay.
Just got murked, bro.
So what's some of your other favorite anime you got on the list?
Know what I'm saying? One Piece all day. I just started last year. Don't judge me. But
no, I'm not. I started literally when we started the anime talk show like 2 to 3 years ago.
Shoot, but I'm on like episode 750 now to say that I started that thing back in September. So what is it? 8 months now. And I already didn't grind it that much.
Been at a little bit. Nah, but you've been at your pace, not rushing it, taking your time. So you right after Dressrosa, who's your favorite Straw Hat first off?
Favorite Straw Hat? Zoro.
See, I'm a Sanji guy. I go Sanji, Luffy, Zoro. See, I feel like you go Zoro. Well, who you go next? Luffy? Brook? Oh shit!
Brook. Yo, man, do be having the bops. He be sitting over there playing the fuck out that guy.
Well, just wait. I promise you, if Brook's your second favorite Straw Hat, Brooks about to do some shit that really like, oh, Brooks, that guy, okay.
Cause Zoro, man, like I'm not gonna say he on par with Luffy, you know what I'm saying? Like from where I'm at, I just feel like he has a lot more power that he's not showing. Because whenever he sliced through Homeboy on Dressrosa, I felt like he wasn't even necessarily trying. He was just like, oh yeah, this is like.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Just know if you just know, I'm gonna tell you this: if you like Luffy and Zoro and Brook, you got a lot of goodness coming your way, brother. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Who's your favorite non-Straw Hat?
Non-Straw Hat, I'm gonna have to say I gotta go back and like really think about it, man. Doflamingo was cold. I feel like as far as like villains go, like he really pushed them to like another
My favorite
level.
One Piece villain gotta be Dofi. He has, in my opinion, top 5 backstory in the whole show. I think it's Law, Dofi, Robin, Sanji, because you haven't seen Sanji's real backstory. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Sanji, and I think those are the best 4 in the whole show.
That's what Cliff was telling me too, because he all the way caught up on like reading the mangas and everything. He was just like, bro, like I'm telling you, he was like, Sanji's story get 10 times better. It's like you don't even know the half of it. I was like, word, that's a bet. But I mean, definitely Law. I feel like Law has a cool.
That's my favorite side character. Yep, that's my favorite non-straw head.
I feel like I can't necessarily say like who a favorite would be because I haven't gotten like too far into it yet. Like I don't even know like what the other of the worst generation is like really about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out like what all these other niggas is hitting for, like Kid and everybody else, just to try to see like who my exact favorite gonna be. But right now, Law, as far as like having like a backstory and the fact that his ties in with Doflamingo, I definitely say those two as far as like non-straw hats would be my favorites.
See, I'm rocking Law and Sabo because I'm on the fuck Ace bandwagon. If you listen to any anime talk content, any One Piece content I make, fuck that nigga Ace. He didn't have to die. He let his ego cloud his judgment. Fuck him. Fuck you.
Damn.
Oh, I'm on that. I'm on Ace slander all the time. Bitch ass. He's a bitch ass. Dude is, bro. Luffy is, dude couldn't probably be Doflamingo if when he was where he was. Bitch ass. Son of Roger and your ass trash. Man, get out of here.
How you get murdered like that in the biggest war?
Just a bitch, and you're sitting there crying like they trying to save you, and you sitting there moping like, "Oh, don't save me. Yet you people dying for you." Shut, man. I can't fuck with bitch ass Ace. But
that nigga was on a worse kick than Robin. I swear to God.
He was bad off.
Talking about, tell me what you want to do. I want to live that ass.
Okay, so what's some of your other favorites? What else you got on the list?
I just caught up with Attack on Titan.
Nice. The anime, not the manga.
Yeah, the anime, not the manga. So
Same,
I'm gonna go ahead and read the manga. But as far as right now, that look,
you pro Gabby, you pro Aaron. Where you at?
I'm pro Aaron. Fuck that.
Okay, yeah, fuck that bitch Gabby. See, I feel like, okay, this is not a racist thing to all my white listeners, but I feel like all black, I've never talked to a black person that is pro Gabby yet. I just haven't.
I can't see where your pro would be on Gabby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're saying she's brainwashed and she doesn't know what she's doing, but I'm like, even if that's the case, you're telling me you're okay with seeing them put y'all in a ghetto, them do all that shit, mean shit to y'all. And the only reason why they're not doing it to you is because you're fighting for them. Yet all the Marlians, all the Eldians that fight for y'all, they use them on the front lines. So I don't understand how you think if I fight hard enough, destroy the other Eldians, that they're going to leave y'all alone. No, they just going to kill y'all. Like, even if you're brainwashed, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how can Falco see it and you don't? That's my whole thing with Gabby.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I'm just like the entire time I'm watching the 4th season, I'm just like, bro, I was like, how stupid can you be? And then whenever she shot Sasha, I was like, that's it. I was like, that's
fuck you. I'm with you.
Because I remember whenever I had to restart Attack on Titan actually, so I watched it from episode 1 probably about like last month or so. And I want to say the month before that is whenever Krista had dropped the Fuck Gabby track. So I was just like, man, I don't know who the fuck this bitch Gabby is, but I was like, apparently it's Fuck Gabby. So like, I'm watching the whole thing. I get to season 3. I'm like, man, there's still no Gabby in this bitch. I was like, what character is named Gabby? So I finally get to season 4 and they introduce her. I'm just like, okay, I mean, like, she cool, you know what I'm saying? And then like all the other shit starts to transpire and you really start seeing her attitude come out like, oh yeah, now I can see why Chris said that shit.
Fuck that bitch, bro.
Fuck this bitch, bro.
Okay, so what else you got on the list? We got Yu, One Piece, Attack on Titan, anything else?
I like Death Note mainly for the psychological portion of it.
Okay.
Dr. Stone, as far as like a new generation, is definitely one of my favorites because that's more on like that science kick. That's also the first anime that I got my girl to watch.
Okay.
With
Hell yeah.
So we finally started to get some leeway in there. As well as I would say Mob Psycho 100 as well.
Love Mob Psycho.
Love
Mob Psycho.
I appreciate the Mob Psycho poster in the background as well.
Mob is amazing. Like he is one of my, like, in terms of new gen, him, Deku, and I'd say maybe Yuji, maybe the Undead Unluck. Those are my top new gen. But Mob is definitely on the and Shinra, because I love Fire Force. Those are like my top new gen peeps.
As far as like new gen goes, cause I'm still trying to get like more into like the new generation style animes. I tried watching Demon Slayer for a little bit. I ended up getting back into One Piece, so I didn't finish it. But what would you say is one anime that I have to peep out? That's
you gotta check out My Hero or Fire Force. Those are the two.
So my Hero, I'm caught up for sure. But Fire Force, I'm gonna definitely peep.
You gotta peep Fire Force and watch it all the way through, because people don't like the fan service in season 1. I don't think it distracts from the show, but you might not like it. But season 2, there's no fan service. There's one of the best black characters in anime. Fucking fire. Like Fire Force has one of the best stories. Just trust me when I say, don't worry about them showing one girl's like cleavage all the time. It does not matter. Don't let it distract you from the story, because it's fucking amazing. So yeah, Fire Force is the one you got to check out. Also, if you ever checked out a classic, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, gold.
Go to the anime.
And if you like psychological, like Death Note, this to me is the best anime of all time that's like story only. Monster. You can watch it all on YouTube. It's free.
Cool.
Just type in Monster. You can either do dub or sub. And not long, not many seasons. You can watch whichever one you want. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna ask you this question. Are you an anime snob to where you only watch sub, or you don't feel like it matters?
I am. Okay, so I'm not either. I am a person that I watch subs, but if there's some that I only watch in dub. Like I'll only watch Cowboy Bebop dub. I only watch Trigun dub. I only watch Black Lagoon dub. Now, if it's new, I'll give the dub a shot. But if I fall in love with the sub voice and the dub doesn't like come close, then I won't watch it. So I'm not a snob, but I'm not like I don't care, because I do care. But I don't. But I'm not like, oh, if you don't watch sub, you're missing out. No, I'm not one of them people.
Also, going back into the favorite animes, I'm gonna definitely throw my hat in the ring on that Samurai Champloo.
Fire,
because that's in my top 5 for sure.
Gas.
I remember.
I fall under the Cowboy Bebop, because I know everybody's like, ooh, where do you fall? Cowboy Bebop or Champloo? I love them both. I lean to Bebop, but Champloo's fucking amazing.
Cowboy
the New
Bebop
Japan soundtrack, great.
Cowboy Bebop probably has one of, if not the best intros of all anime history. No cap.
Cash money.
I want somebody to sample that for me so bad.
Oh, look, all the producers out there, y'all heard it here. Get on it. So we got animes. What's your favorite movies or TV shows?
Movie would have to be Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I know it's a basic ass answer.
Fire. One of the best comic book movies of all time.
Yes, that's the same way I was about to say it. Like, I feel like as far as like they nailed it on the head comparing like the actual comic book to the actual movie. So that one was definitely Fire Flame. Favorite show, I don't necessarily have a favorite one, but currently right now, my favorite one that I'm really invested in is Snowfall.
Ooh, see, I'm catching up to it. I'm not all the way caught up, but I'm watching it. I like it. I like it.
It's so damn precious, son. Them motherfuckers know what they doing.
Shout out to Franklin.
Yes, sir. Shout out Franklin, bro. Everybody think he a bitch, but that nigga real.
Yeah. From what I'm on season, I'm on season 2 right now. Franklin killing it, and I saw he got his little cane walk, so I'm ready to see how he get that.
Bro, that shit crazy. I ain't even gonna spoil nothing for you on that.
I'm
ready. All the way caught up.
Hell yeah. So no, I'm ready on that. Okay. Being that you're from Louisiana, crawfish or gumbo?
Gumbo. I don't eat crawfish.
Oh, okay. Gumbo or boudin?
Skip.
All right. No. We can't skip. Give us an answer. You got to choose. I can't believe you just convinced me to do skip. I'm not asking him nothing crazy. I would have skipped it if it was something personal, but I know gumbo's the boudin. You got to pick, nigga.
Man, that is personal because niggas is going to judge me. They already probably judging me right now for the crawfish, but it's all good. But I mean, fuck it, we're gonna compare the two. I guess it really just depends on what type of gumbo it is. If it's seafood gumbo, I'm not gonna touch it. I just really don't eat seafood. I'm like the worst representation for Louisiana ever. Do not put me on no posters for this bitch. But I mean, we talking like chicken and sausage gumbo all day. All over the booth.
Bet. If you could go anywhere on vacation, no COVID, where you going?
Tokyo, Japan.
I feel you. I'm with you. That's like on the top of my list. If you
Yes,
could go
sir.
if you're on an island with only you get one movie that's not Scott Pilgrim and 3 albums, what you choosing?
Movie, I'm gonna say. Let's see. Movie, I'm not even gonna do movies. I'm gonna do albums first. So albums, I'm gonna say Because the Internet for sure.
Solid.
I'll probably take Sublime with me. I'll take Sublime up there. I like Concrete a lot, but I feel like Sublime probably get me through them times on the island.
All right. It was the last album.
Last album would probably have to be more current. I have to go with that. I have to go with that Benny the Butcher, man. The Plugs I Met Too.
Ooh, Cash. I'm listening. I'm jamming that heavy right now. Okay, now what's the movie?
Movie, I'm still not sold on it. Goddamn. Fuck. Because it really would have been Scott.
That's why I had to say what besides Scott Pilgrim, because I know you take that.
Shit. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z: The Return of Cooler.
Oh, okay. Solid choice.
Return of Cooler.
Okay.
Just because I could replay the scene of Jeter getting kicked in the nuts multiple times, and I'll provide me with laughter for the rest of my life.
That's funny. That's fucking funny. Okay. So in the final question we ask everybody, if you're the writer, producer, director to the Divine Hippie movie, how do you want it to end?
How do I want the movie to end? I guess I want it to end with me on a mountaintop, cloaked out in like, I guess what would be like monk type gear, just like smoking a joint and just like looking at the fruits of my labor, like everything. Cause like I want the land that I'm on to be like completely owned by me. Not like necessarily like dojo style setting, but just like serene peace. I just
Cabin
wanted
in
to
the mountain. Yeah.
Yep. I just wanted to fade out with me like sitting on top of the roof in like a monk type cloak or whatever, just smoking. As you see like the smoke billow up in the air, you just go to the end credit scene and just call it a day.
Yeah. Solid ending. I've heard so many array of different answers and still haven't got the same answer yet. So I'll fuck with that heavy. Thank you so much, Divine, for coming on the show. Tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Follow me at TheDivineHPPY. That's The Divine Hippie with the eyes included. And that's on Twitter, Instagram. You can look me up, Divine Hippie, DVNE HPPY on Facebook if that's your thing. And follow listen to the Project Concrete that just dropped recently. All streaming platforms, DVNE HPPY, and that's on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to music at.
Hell yeah, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out Divine's, all his work. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Thank you, Divine, for coming on. With that being said, let's finish up the show with Bros Who Ball. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you to Divine for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. It's that time of the show where we talk sports, Bros Who Ball. Joining me as always, Mr. Adam Schubert, and returning our guy, Justin Baptiste. Let's start off with Justin. Justin, how are you doing this week, bro? Glad to have you back, as always.
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. I've been doing like AAU, so
okay, so you high school season is over. Now you in the AAU grind mode.
Yeah, I guess AAU grind mode.
That's what's up. That's so glad to have you here and talking hoops. Shuby, how you doing this week?
I'm doing all right, man. We had a really awesome pitch it match this past weekend. I hope
Best
people were
sporting
able to
event of the
catch that.
weekend.
Catch that on the live stream on Twitch.
That's a fact. They can
but
check out the VOD. It'll be out on YouTube next Monday. But all the other matches will be out starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the next one will be out on next Monday. But you'll have some pitch it to watch. But yeah, we had a good one this weekend. Better than all the other sports. How did the Masters go? Who won? I know you're wearing the hat.
Hideki Matsuyama, I think is how you say his name.
Okay.
It was one of those situations where like the best kinds of golf tournaments are when like you have someone tied on the last day or something like that. But the dude had like a 4-stroke lead over everybody. It was one of those situations where he could have gone out there and just like flatline, just parred every hole and not like made any moves, and no one was going to catch him. Like he just had such a big Saturday.
Okay. Not too much NFL stuff, but I got to give you your credit. You did call Darnold was going to be leaving the Jets, ended up going to the Panthers. That means the Jets are now probably going to take Zach Wilson. So that puts the 49ers in a peculiar situation on are they going to take.
I've been listening to stuff about that all week, and like they're saying that it's going to be Mac Jones. Everyone's question immediately, though, is is Mac Jones worth the trading up for the third pick?
That's
and like,
what I'm saying.
And what will that do to the legacies of the GM and the coach? So
I don't think it's worth it. I think they should take the home run hit on Fields just for what Fields can do.
I don't think that's a home run hit.
I think it's the biggest risk reward. I think home run is the wrong thing. I think it's biggest risk reward. If it turns out right, the risk is high, but if it turns out wrong, it could be really bad. But I just think people forget it fits Shanahan's offense better. He's a running quarterback. He can make the play action pass things a little more dynamic. I don't know.
The one thing people forget about is, since it's been a lot more of Alabama on the Alabama side recently, is the Alabama quarterback curse of Alabama quarterbacks coming in, but because of what they've dealt with in college, they don't translate. Same thing could be said about Ohio State if you think about it. JT Barrett, who was the guy before him that went to Braxton Miller, became a receiver.
Yeah.
Haskins, exactly. Ohio State quarterbacks aren't really translating either. So it's just one of those things where either one of them could be a real mystery of a third pick. And then Trey Lance, of course, is just so raw that you just don't know if that would be worth it. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a waste for San Francisco to have done that, because they're not going to get any guy that's going to be immediately better than what they have. So
that's the thing. And that's why I'm like, okay, maybe go Trey Lance, sit him under Garoppolo, or go Fields. I just don't see Jones as the pick. I feel like Jones is so safe that it doesn't change even if you sit him behind Garoppolo. I think you're getting the same level that Garoppolo can give you with Jones. I'm just not sure. So,
Yeah. The only other big thing I've seen in the NFL besides all that is that the Browns might sign Jadeveon Clowney, which would be huge for the Browns, because then they have 2-star defensive ends.
Well, he would have to get his act together, because he wasn't good in Tennessee. But if he does get his act together with Garrett, that could be deadly.
Yeah, exactly. The Browns are something to watch.
Yeah, they are. They're making some noise in that division, but I'm still thinking the team to watch in the NFC is the Cardinals. That team is making moves. I'm loving what the Cardinals are doing. So we're gonna have to see. Seattle's in some trouble, but let's talk real quick. We didn't talk national championship last week because it hadn't happened yet. Baylor ended up beating Gonzaga. Justin, did you see that coming? I was so upset. I was so hurt.
I actually picked Baylor.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, so I was right on that, but I didn't think they would be that dominant. Like it was more of a hesitant pick. It wasn't like they're clear-cut favorites, but they definitely dominated Gonzaga.
It looked like Gonzaga left all their juice out in the UCLA game. They celebrated like they won the final, they won the championship. Seemed like they had no more gas left. And I was like, where's the energy? Where's the oomph? But also, the Florida transfer was hurt. Suggs was hurt. They were playing through a lot of injuries. I just don't know if they had any more fire after UCLA. It looked like they took it out of them.
Yeah, you could say that, but I mean,
oh, you think Baylor just flat out dominated?
From what I see, from what I've seen, and I just seen the guard play of Baylor was just too dominant.
Fair.
Had too many playmakers, and I mean, Gonzaga, they didn't have an answer for it.
That's a fact. Shuby, you were right. I got to give you your props. Even though you were at the bottom of the bracket, you picked Baylor. Did you end up winning? I don't think you won.
No. I definitely didn't win, but I had picked Baylor, but I didn't pick Gonzaga to get there. So, when it came down to that championship game, I thought it could go either way. But from what I had seen all season long with Baylor, they just were physical. They're so fast. They make their shots. They have a lot of players that really leave it all out there. And I feel like that was one of the main differences, and something that you see when you get like a Butler or a Gonzaga into the game is that, if they play a team with that plays in like the ACC or the Big 12 or something, the teams that have faced adversity and been able to have to bounce back after things, and can generate energy when necessary. I just don't know if Gonzaga was able to carry that into that last game. I tweeted early on in the game, I was like, this is going to be a real telling to the in-game coaching of Mark Few, is how is he going to be able to get these guys to like turn it around. And I don't even think it had to do with him at the end of the day. I really think it just had to do with Baylor being more of like the blue collar.
They just had more horses. They were literally better athletes. They literally just out physical them, and they just better athletes. That's the best way I can say it. Like, Gonzaga just didn't have enough talent at the end of the day, which is crazy. I still got Jalen Suggs, best player coming out of the college draft. Sorry, Cade. I'm Jalen over Cade, but I know this guy under here is Jalen Green over Cade and Jalen Suggs. What is it about? I'm talking about you. Aren't you Jalen Green?
I don't know, man.
Who you rocking with going into the draft? Early pick.
It depends on who has the number one pick.
Okay, you going fit.
I think I like Jalen Green, but I like Cade Cunningham too. It just depends on who has that number one pick.
Okay, all right, we'll get to that as we come. I just got to say it every week. I'm Team Suggs, number one pick. I think he's gonna make a huge difference. Whereas Cade Cunningham, if he doesn't fall to the right system, might have some trouble. But that just could be me hating.
Now, the one thing, last week we talked a lot about that Gonzaga UCLA game, and Justin wasn't here for that. Justin, do you think that any of the UCLA guys raised any stock?
Oh, yeah. They have a couple of guys. Really, I would say that my favorite is, I don't know, he's like light-skinned kid.
The Juzang kid?
Lefty, bright skin with curly hair.
Yeah, you talking about Johnny Juzang.
Is that his name? Yeah.
The shooter.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite player. The other guy too, Vasquez.
Yeah, Jaime Vasquez Jr. He was looking pretty good. And then Tiger Campbell, the dude that looked like a Florida kid with his dreads like that.
Yeah, but my favorite one is definitely the left-handed kid.
All right. That's what I said as well. See, Shuby, I'm on point. I'm on par with my draft predicts. I'm on par with that basketball draft predictions. But let's get to the season. Pellies, hold on. Let's get to the standings.
Bro.
Pellies are 1 game out, baby, of the play-in. 1 game out. The Warriors are 25-28. Pelicans are 24-29. The Pelicans won tonight. Did the Warriors play? No, the Warriors did not play. They played on Mar. They played the Nuggets. They probably going to lose that game too. So hopefully Pellies can come and beat the Kings, but the Pelicans beat the Sixers on Friday. Big dub against the Sixers. Made Joel Embiid look pedestrian. Zion Williamson 37, 8, 15. Brandon Ingram had a solid 17. Joel Embiid was looking, like I said, pedestrian against Big Z. They come back. Didn't play good defense tonight. It was more so Najee Marshall. Shout out to him, who was really the MVP of this game from Coach Stan Van Gundy. Even though Brandon had 27 and 38, Stan Van Gundy called them empty stats. He said if those dudes don't perform on defense and lead the team, Pelicans won't amount to nothing. I agree with him. Thank you. Tell those dudes that. We're trying to make the play-in game. We got a shot. They got to lock in. I think it's possible, Justin, as long as they lock in. What you think about the Pellies? Now a little more healthy.
Well, now that Ingram's back, that should help him. I think that's why they also play the Cavaliers, but I think Ingram being back definitely is a big help. And Zion, he's been playing great. It also shows like it's crazy how like the NBA could just change so fast, man. Like I could have sworn like two days 2 days ago, they were like almost last in the West. Now they're almost in a playing game.
Well, they was never last in the West. The Rockets and the T-Wolves
they
are
were
bad.
like second to last. Like
They were 13th.
maybe third to last.
They were
like,
13th. They were third to last in the West. That's a fact.
Like, they're pretty low.
But now we're doing good. We're on a little win streak, 2-gamer. Look, we're right outside the Warriors. It's gonna happen. We're gonna pass them up. Steph Curry don't want it this year, man.
I mean, they're missing Clay Thompson. So
And Wiseman just got injured. It's over for the Warriors. Put them in the dirt. Put them in the ground. We getting it this year, baby. Pelly's to the play-in. And let me tell you my hot take, Justin. I think if the Pelicans make the play-in, we beat the Spurs, we beat the Grizzlies twice, and I think we can upset the Jazz in the first round. I think we can upset the Jazz in the first round. Don't like Donovan Mitchell. Don't like Rudy Gobert. I think that Jazz team is the worst first seed since the Atlanta Hawks with Al Horford, Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap, and Jeff Teague. Put them in the dirt.
Hey, quit the hate. Quit the hate. Donovan Mitchell is an MVP.
He's an MVP.
He's the MVP of the league right now.
No, he's not, Justin.
How?
No, he is not.
How?
The MVP of the league is either Jokic, Chris Paul, or Dame. Get out of here with Donovan.
So don't we reward teams that have the better records?
Okay,
And
so
the
what about
player-
what about Chris Paul? I gave you Chris Paul.
Okay, whose number was okay? But Donovan Mitchell's not. Come on, bro. His numbers.
I'm about to pull up the
way
stats.
better. His numbers are way better than Chris Paul. Like
I'm about to pull up the
he
stats.
had 40 plus the other night.
Don't worry, I'm about to pull up the
He's
stats for you.
carrying the Jazz. Right now, they're first in the West, and he's carrying the Jazz.
All right, league leaders. Donovan Mitchell. Let's look at Donovan's Mitchell stats compared to Jokic. Okay, so Donovan is averaging 26. Let's see assists. Where he at? 5 and 4 rebounds. Now let's look at Jokic. Jokic is averaging 26, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. Get out of here, Donovan. You can't be. How you gonna let the big man average 8 assists over you?
Record.
Look at you. Who's more valuable to their team?
Also,
Jokic is number 1 in every stat category for the Nuggets. Number 1 in every stat category.
So he should be team MVP.
He league MVP. And if
Rudy
we go,
Gobert actually has the best stats on the Jazz.
exactly, Rudy, Frenchman, Rudy, get out of here, Justin. And then, if anything, Joel Embiid's more of an MVP than Donovan.
The disrespect to the number 1 seed.
And James Harden's more of an MVP than Donovan.
The disrespect to the number 1 seed in the West.
You want to make a bet right now?
It's a regular season award, and Donovan Mitchell is like.
Do you want to make a bet right now about this number 1 seed you hyping up like this?
What? What?
First or second round
Okay.
exit? I bet you the Jazz gonna have a first or second round exit.
I'm talking about MVP.
Oh, there you go. I'm talking about MVP. I'm talking about who winning.
Oh, who winning? That's a different story. We talking about who winning. It's gonna be the Lakers and Nets.
And you brought up you brought it right to where I wanted to go. Andre Drummond looks like the answer for the Lakers. He's giving you what Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee gave you, and some. He can actually score the ball. He can actually move the ball. I think when AD and LeBron come back, the Lakers still might be the best team in the league, no matter how much the Nets have. That's crazy. I'm putting that much stock into LeBron. That's nuts.
They just
2 years ago, I would not have done that.
It's crazy too how they're trying to do it a completely different way than the rest of the league.
They're doing it big man
Like,
style, man.
yeah,
They're doing it
so
old
they-
school.
As
Yeah,
everyone's going small, they go big, and I feel like in their case, it could actually really work for them.
I think you need a
based
trans.
on the LeBron
need a-
factor.
You need a generational big, and let me give AD some shine. You need a generational big like AD to make it happen. You need a generational guard like LeBron to make it happen, more so than AD. But with LeBron being able to facilitate, get the shooters involved, that allows AD to have more space on the inside. And then you have another big man like Drummond, who was a top pick, who finally is realizing his talent. The Lakers are tough. And another reason why I'm not buying in the Nets hype, Aldridge is washed. Aldridge is washed, bro. He don't have it no more. The Spurs were willing to get rid of him. Now, Blake Griffin might have pulled the wool over the Pistons' eyes because I think Blake Griffin still got some juice left.
Well, he never wanted to play for them.
True. Justin, how you feel about that Nets? Do you think Aldridge still has it? How are you feeling about the Nets?
He has a mid-range game. Like, Aldridge is not washed.
All right.
He can play a little bit. Blake Griffin, like that Nets team is good.
Maybe I'm just buying too much into the Lakers hype because I do think KD, Harden, Blake, and Kyrie can get it done. I 100% think that, but they got to get past the Sixers and the Heat first. To me, the best teams in the East right now: Sixers, Nets, Heat. Best teams. Bucks, Hawks, no Hornets, Celtics, and Knicks.
No.
I think your Hawks are going to be out in round one.
How about the Bucks? The Bucks,
Oh,
not with Giannis
and Drew Holiday. They wasted money on Drew. I'm sorry, they're not about to win anything. Like, the Nets are just too powerful. The Sixers are too powerful, and to me, when you add Oladipo to the Heat, they're too powerful for them. Or am I sleeping on Drew and the Bucks?
The matchups are gonna be what really matters, I think, because
That's true.
Especially for the Bucks. Like, I feel like the Bucks really need to play like an Atlanta or a Charlotte.
They do not need to play the Heat first round.
If they play the Heat first round, I don't know about that.
It's over for them. They better hope the Heat pass up Charlotte, which I think will happen. But Charlotte's showing heart. Even without LaMelo, even without Gordon Hayward, they're still winning. Maybe Charlotte has figured it out. I don't know. They're surprising me.
Yeah. I think we're seeing a new corner being turned in the East with like Atlanta, Charlotte, and the Knicks, and even Chicago a little bit. I mean, some of these teams that have been banking on young players and their developments
Finally starting to come around.
Finally starting to show, especially for Charlotte. I mean, like Bridges with that huge dunk that he had over
mind-blowing dunk.
LaMelo,
nasty.
LaMelo would have been Rookie of the Year if not the injury.
Would have been. And then you had a veteran like Gordon. If Gordon can come back, Hornets may still make the playoffs. Justin, how you feeling about the East?
The East, I like how the 76ers are playing. I like that they're finally playing well, and
Doc Rivers, he unlocked them. Got to be Coach of the Year candidate.
Second in the East, he is, but I think Monty Williams has to be coach.
With the Suns, I'm not mad at that. I'm only gonna play devil's advocate
for
Doc because fuck no, get out of here.
But the records.
Exactly. The Jazz are ass. Doc Rivers has unlocked Ben Simmons. He's finally figured out how to play Ben Simmons and Joel. But I think the key to the Sixers is Tobias. Tobias being who the Sixers need him to be, the third option, and Seth Curry being a sniper.
Yeah, but we'll see in the playoffs. Can they get it done?
That's the real question. Now, do you like the Bucks going into this playoffs? Because you was hyping up the Bucks a couple seconds ago.
Who?
You?
No, I asked you, do you like the Bucks?
I do not like the Bucks.
I don't like the Bucks. I'm not. Man, I just don't think. I just think Giannis, like, he's good, but I just think he would be better if he was, on a team where he doesn't have to be the main person.
I agree with that. I think Giannis should have not signed that extension and went to Dallas. Like, honestly, he should have went to Dallas to play with Luka. That would have been amazing. I just don't think he has the right guards around him. And I'm pro Drew Holiday. Shout out to Drew. Love you for your time in the Pelicans. But now it's just like, I don't know if he was worth that money.
That'd be a good combination.
Bradley Beal, look at you. Bradley Beal needs to walk away from the Wizards himself. But we'll see what happens with that.
Rush too much. I don't think he's leaving.
That's tragic. Tragic for Brad. Tragic. Let's see. We talk Sixers, we talk Nets, Bucks. How you feeling about your Hawks, man? Ever since Nate McMillan came, they've been winning.
They're a playoff team. I'm just trying to see them in the playoffs.
We better Ice Train better look right in the playoffs.
One step at a time, right?
All I'm saying is Ice Train better bring it in the playoffs. If not, he getting slandered.
Let us take it one step at a time, right?
All right, I gotta give y'all props. Y'all fourth. I'm giving it all to Nate McMillan though. I'm not giving it to Ice Trey. Nate McMillan came in and got him right, got his mind right. Stop with them empty stats, Trey. Let's get some winning stats.
Yeah. Let's go, Hawks.
Let's go Hawks. No, we're not going.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go Hawks on here. We only pull for one bird-like team on this show, and that's a Pelican. Anything in the West? Let's see.
The
Talk
Clippers
Nuggets.
Clippers are nice.
Ooh.
Like,
Not
I mean,
coming from the guy that said the Clippers weren't going to make the playoffs.
I know, like, I think them adding Rondo was huge.
I think you were drunk that day you said that.
Honestly, it was just like me really like
Hating.
really hating on Paul George.
I know.
Because it was still pretty fresh.
I just remember it was me, you, and Ian. Schubert could not be here, and you just go, oh yeah, hot take for the episode this week. Clippers not making the playoff, and I literally immediately was like, what the fuck? And I texted Schubert like right when that happened. I was like, you won't believe what Justin just fucking said.
No, it was more because of Paul George, man. Paul George he's been playing good, and like I think adding Rondo was very huge. And
Rondo is the key.
Oh well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Rondo is the key. The fact is, neither Paul George nor Kawhi want to be a leader. And let me not say leader in the sense of leading the team, but leader in the sense of getting team right on the floor. And Rondo's gonna come in and say, "You go here, you go here, you go here, and let's run this offense." And I think that suits people like Kawhi and Paul George better because Kawhi showed it. He needed a guy like Kyle Lowry to do that for him in Toronto. And if Rondo can give him half of what Kyle Lowry gave him, we might see playoff Kawhi back.
Yeah, and I guess also, and when talking about chemistry, getting rid of Lou Williams
was huge too.
Because,
you finally got rid of Montrez and Lou, and no matter how much the Clippers fans will always have reverence for them, they were kind of not gelling with the Paul George Kawhi transition.
They weren't a part of the new era. So I mean, like now you got a team that's all in on the new era. I think Rondo also fixes the coaching issue you have because I mean, who knows what Tyronn Lue's actually doing? But
shots from Shuby.
You know me and player coaches.
Yeah, I know. But Steve Nash proving your ass wrong too this year.
What is he doing?
Coaching the Nets.
James, do what you do. Kevin, do what you do.
Rude. So rude. So rude. We're not going to even go there.
I mean, he's got so many alphas on the team. Like, does he even have a voice?
He does have a voice. Don't do that. Don't do that to Steve. But, all right, let's see. So we talk Clippers. I do like the Clippers. Like I said, Justin's big on Monty Williams, Coach of the Year. I think Chris Paul could be an MVP candidate. Do we think the Suns, if the playoffs start today, do we think the Suns beat the Mavericks? I think they do. Well, my co-host on ESPN was trying to talk me out of it, and I was like, nah, bro, the Suns are beating them. Like, he's like,
what's good about the Mavericks besides Luka?
That's it. That's my thing.
Man, like,
he has no help.
Outside of Luka, but he's so good.
My thing is, I just expect
they'll win a game.
If Devin Booker can be Devin Booker, then the Suns should win because, like, Chris Paul's going to get you to where you need to be. And as long as Devin Booker can drop 25, which dude has shown he can do it in his sleep, I think the Suns can win. I'm big on the Suns.
Yeah,
I think
the Suns can too.
Yeah, I'm big on the Suns. Now, I will say they better hope they don't have to. Who would they play? They would play the Lakers.
They would play Dallas. Oh,
no.
Would they play in the next round?
Yeah, would it be the Lakers?
If it was today, then yeah, they'd probably play the Lakers or Denver.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Or no. They would play either the Clippers or the Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Which would be hard for them either way too.
Yeah.
Either team.
I think the Suns better hope they have to play the Clippers or the Trailblazers instead of the Nuggets or the Lakers because I don't know if they can. I don't know if they're ready for a second round battle with the Nuggets or Lakers. That needs to be like their final boss to the finals.
They're a team that when you think about them, you think about the guards. Of course, you have Ayton, but is Ayton going to be able to go up against
to be ready?
Drummond and Jokic? So.
And the thing is Mikal Bridges ready? Are some of these young guys ready? Like, I know you can play Crowder, but like, are some of these young guys for the Suns ready to take that next step? Because you see, the Suns rely on Mikal Bridges. They rely on people like Javon Carter, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Dario Saric, the people off the bench, these young guys. That's who's gonna have to show up, and we're gonna see. Chris Paul's gotten them right so far, so we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Celtics dead in the water. Justin, I think Jason Tatum will leave the Celtics.
No, I think he's definitely staying with the Celtics.
Think he gonna stay?
I think he's locked in. I think it's a franchise that's not that you wouldn't mind staying with.
All right.
It's a big market team, and I think they could always get players at any moment.
Right,
I guess the conversation at the end of the season for them would be like, how Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum feel about their roles. Like, does one of them feel like they need to be the alpha? Like, does one of them feel like they have to be number one?
It's time to get rid of Kemba too.
Yeah, Kemba's the one that I think that is the piece that you move, just because you probably want to go young at PG.
Get a better guard for them because he's just not executing, man. Kemba's
you just want to get
executing.
I would say you want to get like someone who's really facilitating, like because you don't need a shooter at that spot if you got Tatum and Brown. So
someone who can facilitate and still knock down shots, but isn't the first or second option. 100%. I'm with you. We're gonna see what's up with the Celtics.
I would be interested. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the Celtics do moving forward. But at this point, I think the Knicks are going to overtake them. So.
Ooh, we gonna see. I'm not buying into Knicks hype yet. I gotta see y'all make the playoffs. We still got some games left, and y'all got some difficult games on the schedule. Y'all got Lakers, Pellies, Mavericks, Pellies. That's 4 losses right there. Hornets, Hawks, Raptors, Suns. Bro, y'all got a murder's row to finish off your season. Bulls.
Where's that
Rockets.
Mavericks game? Is it in MSG?
The Mavericks game is in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Well, if it was in MSG, I'd say it's over with.
Oh, just because Chris Stapp's in MSG? Chris Stapp's going to come back and say he the king of New York? What's wrong with you?
Chris Stapps can't even go on the floor and say he's the king of the court. I mean, he's not what he's used to be.
Damn, this is. Justin, last thing I got today. I think the Heat are going to be the dark horse again. I really think Oladipo, Dragic, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Trevor Ariza, Kendrick Nunn, Iguodala, Tyler Hero. I think they're too much for teams. And then you get Dwayne Dedman. I think they're too much.
I'm looking forward to them being that dark horse, but I just want to see how they do against a Nets team in a 7-game series.
Because that's gonna come down to gritty players versus star players, and can the gritty guys get it done?
Right. And I just want to see, the type of strategies that's going to be adjustments that's going to be made in that series if they do meet up. And I'm looking forward to seeing, because those are 2 good teams. One team has, I think, better players. Of course, we would all agree. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And that Heat team, they have good players, and I want to see like what type of strategy that they're gonna run against the Nets. I still think that the Nets are the better team, but you never know.
That's a fact.
Because that Oladipo addition was huge. I think he's an all-star, and I think he fits that team.
I'm with you. All right, this week I think I'm going to zero in, of course, on the Pelicans. Going to watch some more 76er games this week. Going to watch some Nuggets game because Aaron Gordon has changed the Nuggets. They've been undefeated since he's gotten there, which is insane. Got to watch them. I think they lost their first game literally yesterday. So
I think it was tonight.
Oh, it might have been. I think you're right. I think it is. Yeah, they lost their first game tonight to the Celtics. So I'm going to be watching some more Nuggets games, and then we're going to update you on some other teams around the league. But that's all we got this week. Justin will be back next week. We got him back talking NBA. Tell the playoffs and the drafts. He's going to be getting on his shit. Justin, tell the people they can follow you out on social media.
Oh, yeah, you guys can follow me on my new Twitter.
You do.
Happened. My old Twitter got deleted. I don't know what happened.
Damn, you was talking. You're talking grimy on Twitter, Justin. Not you. You should contact Twitter. You're not the guy to do that.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't log in one day. So you guys can follow me on my Twitter, Justin Baptiste 4. Random. Justin Baptiste 22 is my Instagram. Snapchat, same thing. And I've been getting last time, bro, I got a couple of followers. Like the last couple of times we've been doing this, like I've been getting a few followers
on Snapchat.
all social media.
You better be careful with the
Like-
Snapchat. Y'all better leave my guy Justin alone on Snap. Yo,
It's always like on Monday and Tuesday.
make sure y'all go follow Justin, man. Y'all go follow Justin on his new
it's always
Twitter.
Monday through Wednesday, bro. Monday through Wednesday. It's like my most is like followers. It's when I get new followers.
Pod days, man. The
That's what I'm
community.
saying.
The Justin Hive fucks with you, man. They miss you on the show. So shout out to Jay Boogs, man. Glad to have you back for the rest of this NBA season. Shuby, tell the people they can follow you out on social media. Great pitching event just happened, and we got a Big Bros Who Binge this week, and Run It Back's coming back soon.
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at AShubert14. The Bros Who Binge will be back this week, talking the episode 4 of Falcon Winter Soldier with its crazy ending and all.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Invincible episode 5. Yeah,
episode 5.
I don't think we have a movie.
Not yet, at least.
But I believe we're gonna start our top 25 actresses list. So
this list was super hard. Like the other list was easy. This one I'm like not confident in. Like, let me just tell the listeners, I am not confident in my list right now at all. I've been watching so many movies that I never thought I would watch just to make sure I can be accurate about this list.
That was the whole thing when I was telling you off air that I made that list of movies, was mainly to watch movies that with great actress performances that I'd never necessarily seen before, because it's not like, there's great actress performance and shoot 'em up sci-fi movies, but
they got to give women better roles, man. That's what I'm learning from this. I see what women are talking about. Hollywood's doing them dirty.
Okay, so I won't talk about who it was, but there's this actress, and she is a Oscar-winning actress, and she won an Oscar for a movie that I watched, a 1974 movie, and she literally only had like 5 scenes. And I was like, she won the Oscar for like 5 scenes, and like she was good, but I mean, like
5 scenes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Who is it, man? Tell us. I want to know. Who is it? Who was it?
Oh, well, I mean, she's on the list, so I can't.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold back then. But yeah, we're starting our new list this week. Loving it. But yeah, man, if you guys follow us on Twitter, Bros Who Think, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. New podcast dropping on Tuesday, the Never Less Than Ill podcast, episode 1. Justin Ivy, myself, and special guest Andreas Hale talking all about Lil Brother. Make sure you check that out. It's going to have its own podcast feed, but if you want to watch the video, it will be on the Bros Who Think YouTube, so be sure to check that out. Other than that, a new One Piece review is out now, and Bros Who Binge, like Schubert said, on Thursday. No anime talk this week, so we'll let you know when the Run It Back's coming out. But other than that, stay up to date for all the content by following us at Twitter. But that's all we got this week. For Divine, for Doom, for Justin, for Schubert, my name is Lyndon. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next Monday. Until then, peace.